Should we finish the short rest?
Okay, Div.
Yes, mate.
Would Cara know anything? Because obviously, when this gentleman suicided himself, he called out to a being called Okromak. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Would Cara know anything? Would Cara know anything about that being or whatever it may be?
No, never heard of it, mate. Never heard of it. It's not a deity or a god you've ever heard of before.
Okay, I'll speak to I'll speak to Angel. I think maybe Angel might have.
No,
Oh, I can't. I'm a bear. Forget that.
But yeah, no, it's nothing. It's nothing that springs to mind immediately, mate.
Sure. Okay. When
obviously there's a lot of obscure deities or gods and shit. So,
okay.
But yeah, he definitely shouted out something about that. You
Receive
are right.
me or something. Yeah.
All right, Dev. I'm going to search the body. If we haven't already done that.
Right. Okay. It's pretty it's pretty torn up. It doesn't seem to have anything of value on him. He's wearing what looks to be one of those masks, similar to all the idiots that charged you earlier on. Although his mask, if you remember looking at his picture, it's a lot more flamboyant than the other ones. There's also
more my style.
Yeah, exactly. It's like all spikes, coming out and protrusions coming out the top. It looks, a lot more flamboyant and maybe, more important than the other masks, which were pretty plain. Also, on the forehead of the mask is the symbol that was carved into the skulls of those corpses.
Is he human?
He's half elf, mate. Looks like it's got some elven blood. So at first you think he's human, but when removing the mask, you look at him. There's definitely some elvish blood in him.
Is he recognisable amongst the town folks?
No, you've never seen him before, Stu. You've never seen him before.
I've still got the boy with me. What was his name again? Sorry.
Braylon.
Braylon.
He's he's unconscious.
Yeah.
But he's all right.
We need to get the kid out of here.
I was going to say, what's the plan? What is the plan? Are we going back to town, take the kid back, come back, or do we carry on again? We have a short rest here, carry on again.
Oh, the corpse also has a around his neck on a chain, a symbol. You reckon it's like he must be his holy symbol or something like that. And again, that is a metal. No, it's actually a stone representation of that same symbol.
The triangle with the line in it.
Yeah, it looks to you at first you think it's metal, but on closer inspection, it's some sort of stone.
Why is all their stuff made of stone and not out of other things that are easier to make? Masks are better to be made out of like leather and hide.
Yeah,
jewelry made out of metal.
You're looking at it, and you would think you don't know how they managed to shape this crap out of stone. You like the mask is actually is light, a lot lighter than you would expect, and how they managed to actually make it is quite you would think it's a real tough job.
I think we should just take the boy back. It's literally just round the corner.
Yeah, but we could then give away that we're in here and we've uncovered his stuff. We don't have to take him to fights with us.
I would say
take him to fight.
Just leave
him
somewhere.
Pickle Boy ran out is probably a good indication that we're in there anyway. We let Pickle Boy go, didn't we? So.
But I have a plan. Would you like to hear it?
Yeah.
I think we should strip this bloke of all his stuff. He seems like he is well high up in whatever nonsense is going on in this town. Okay. Then I will put it on. I will walk outside with Soylent's blooded clothes, drop that out into the town, walk back in again. Then hopefully, if that is spotted, the people that are involved may come in here thinking that we are all dead after seeing Soylent's flamboyant clothes just thrown into the streets. And we can lure the people who are behind this into here and hopefully uncover a few of the townsfolk who may be involved.
Apart
Could
from
you also
smearing,
you might also have curious visitors, villagers wanting to come and see what's happening.
Yeah, but these are quite hidden, aren't they? So if we go out, we search the rest of this place, and map it all out so we know what's going on in here. There's nobody else hidden down here. Then we enact this plan. So we don't leave. We get it all done as quick as possible. And then hopefully, when people get up, they might come and investigate, believing that we're all dead. And dropping Soylent stuff might be, I want to speak to you. Come here.
It's not a bad plan. The only person who
work.
knows, that sheriff knows we're here, though, didn't he? Because we went and told him. So if you dropped the bloody clothes, he's probably the most likely one to come and see what's happened.
Yeah,
apart from bloodying up my clothes, that sounds like a fun plan.
Yeah, who's going to get blood on Stu's clothes? Let's beat him.
Yeah, we just start stabbing.
There's a lot of blood around anyway.
There's a lot of blood. So
we should
No, I'd definitely start stabbing him. Got to make it authentic.
The rest of this place, see if there are any other exits.
Ian, I'm sharing another map with you, mate.
That's my
the only problem is that the only entrance that we know about into here is a very well hidden entrance, isn't it?
Yes.
That's the only problem.
The thing is, we can drop it just inside or outside the entrance, so whoever comes to work might spot it. They might be involved as well. Might go and get someone to come and investigate. They may go and get the sheriff, but there might be another secret entrance into here that no one even knows about. We need to keep looking, maybe, because I don't feel we've mapped out this whole area, have we?
There's still some doors to go.
2 doors at least that we haven't been through.
Dave, I make sure I study this guy's face. Make sure I've got it mentally mapped in my mind that I know what he looks like after removing all his outer clothes and his mask.
Oh, okay. The rest of you watch as Thomas, under the pretense of remembering this gentleman's facial features, removes his clothing. Get a good look at his pants.
I applaud.
No, yeah, okay, Con, you sort of make a mental note of what this bastard looks like. Yeah.
Well, I need a new suit. I've had this one for a week, so I go over to some of the dead people, and I start putting some blood and stuff on me, and then I'll leave the kids with Kara, and I'll walk through the door and swap into my swamp outfit that I got back.
Oh, okay. So you're just going to smear blood all over yourself and then get changed.
Yes, and then I'll give Thomas my my fine trousers and waistcoat in royal blue.
Which are now all blood stained. Right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay,
I take out a dagger, Dave, and bless
him. I didn't agree to that.
Sacrilege.
Oh, okay. I'll cross them off now then.
I
need to buy a new suit.
A stab wound right where the stomach would be in his clothing.
Yeah,
one right through there.
Yeah, you put some tears and
one inside, tear it up, stab it, put one.
Stab
looks like
the groin part of the trousers.
Piss in his pants, piss in his trousers.
The blood around his bum hole.
Stu,
I'm mortified.
you look on worriedly as the feminist lunatics in the party
Stop
start
stabbing my
in the
suit.
top and bumhole area. and do it with great gusto.
And we get a lot of blood all over that.
There's
There
definitely
seems
a
to be far
maniacal
too much
look in her
pleasure
eye.
being derived from this.
And then we store it for later use.
Well,
We could leave a random willy in there as well. In the
He's been-
it's brilliant.
a really small one.
Oh God. Oh, lovely.
I'm shaking my head.
Yeah, Stu. This is not what you thought.
It's not. This is not what I signed up for.
Right, so that's all prepared.
Yeah. You make
Right.
a proper.
And we keep hold of what's his name's clothing for me to put on in a bit. Should we map out the rest of it and have a little look around just in case there's a load more mobs down here anyway? We don't have to do this. Who knows?
Yeah.
They all might be sitting in another room.
Hold on.
I was going to say, the problem is we
You just
stopped
stabbed
here
up
to
my
have a
suit.
rest.
Stabbed my suit for nothing.
No,
No.
it's
Not
part of the
nothing.
plan.
Part of the
This-
plan, mate.
There's a cunning plan involved.
It is.
There's a cunning plan involved, so then we go and open the doors rather than do the plan.
Dave, I also measure myself, lie down next to the dead man and measure for height. What height is he compared to me? I take note of that too.
All right, mate. It's pretty similar in size to your contents. Hang on, let's have
I'm a human, aren't I? So
5 foot and he's half foot. Yeah, you're pretty similar size, mate.
okay, all good.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
So you strip him off, and so basically, Con,
Get his
you
mask,
want-
his garments.
you want to take his mask. His armor is fucked up, mate. That's all. That's all.
Has he got? Did he have a big cloak that you could wrap that around?
He
so
did. He
the
had a
armor-
cloak and some robes over it, so you could.
yeah, that's good. I just take those. The
Yeah.
armor, no, I'm not going to put that
All right. Okay.
on when the time comes.
Yeah.
So,
Fine. No worries.
What are we going to do then, gents? Are we going to carry on trying to have our short rest here?
I feel having a short rest in here is not a good idea.
Nah.
So then,
We tried that last time and got absolutely moosed.
do we do the?
We go through the doorway that I'm standing by. That's the only place we've not come from.
We could do.
And we don't know what's through there.
I still don't have a map.
Really, Phil.
Have you clicked on your character?
I've double clicked on Rhapsody's on the combat tracker.
No, do it on your token, mate, off your character. That's how it worked for me. So go to the front page, your main page.
Another one.
Right.
Open up
on the right-hand token
and double click the token. That's
The
another
token.
way of doing it. It should work off the combat tracker
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
yeah. That worked.
Well, actually, it works for me.
It didn't work off the combat tracker for me, but it worked.
Oh,
off
right. Okay. So
it
that's
worked off the token on
that's a
my main
DMC
sheet.
only. Yeah.
Yeah, or save the map into a hotkey, which is what
Into
I
a
do.
hotkey.
Yeah, I haven't done that.
Ian, how are you getting on, Ian? Are you even there?
Ian.
Yep, I'm here. I've managed to lose the map.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
It's not easy when you start out.
No, it's not.
You need a mouse with a wheel on it. Yeah,
Not
that's what I found.
easy being Ian.
All
Right.
right.
Ian, open up your character sheet. On
Yes.
the yeah,
Should
so
I-
get that open, and then double click on your token.
There you go.
Yeah, and that should bring the map that you're on, hidden. Yeah,
Yes.
that should bring that up.
Yep.
And you lost the other one that I sent as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you even see what it was? Yeah.
A town.
Right. On the right-hand side of the screen, where you've got all the menus,
Yeah.
you should have something called images.
Images. Yes.
Yeah, click on that.
Oh, double click it. Yeah.
And stuff that I've shared with you should be.
Okay.
What's on there?
I've got unidentified map image. An Asmere, blah blah backgrounds, barbarian, bard skin bathhouse.
Right, go
There's
to
lots of stuff there.
Right, hang on. Go to. You've got a group thing at the top, yeah, which probably might say all.
Yeah.
Click on that. Was it uncategorized?
Uncategorized.
Click on that.
Yeah.
See what comes up.
Okay, an identified map, bathhouse, Destin Valley, Elac Dawn, and a bunch of names. Lots and lots of names. Ironhead.
Oh, you've got tons and tons of. Oh yeah, you've got all the portraits to load in. Have you got something called Red Larch Player anywhere?
Red Larch Player, yeah.
Yeah, that's the other town map that I shared with you. So if you click on that,
yeah, that's come up again.
There now drag in the top left. You've got the little icon, the little dragon icon. I suggest you drag that into one of your hotkeys, mate, because that's an image that you're going to be looking at quite a lot.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, also on that image, you should have little pins. Can you see the little pins on there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mark it.
That's right. So if you just hover over those, it tells you what's what basically around the time.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Stick that in my little taskbar. Can't find my flipping taskbar. There it is.
Yeah, but I would just close that down for the moment. You don't need that right now because you can't have multiple images set as your background. You can only have one at the moment. So normally we have like the battle map we're using. That's the one that will be set in the background.
Okay,
right?
let me grab that into there. Figure out how to do that. Bit by bit, I'll get there.
Yeah, that's cool. As long as you've got the battle map that you're on.
Yeah.
Now, I know the others are going to have to ignore you, but if you want to practice, if you click on your guy on the battle map, then you can move him around. You can either drag him around with your mouse, or you can move him with the arrow keys. So just have a little practice with shit like that as well, mate. So you get used to moving around that. Right. In the meantime, sorry, gentlemen.
I like when you look in the combat tracker, you can spot the cowards of the party
who haven't been damaged. You mean
healthy?
Healthy.
Yes, they have been spotted and noted.
Yes.
For their cowardly ways.
I think the word you're looking for is hero.
Yes. I like to think careful, like, rather than cowardly.
It's called placing yourself particularly well.
So what are we going to do, then, guys?
Strategically.
Are we going to carry on, or are we going?
Yes, mate. I think.
Have we got? I mean, what is our sort of healthy situation like? I mean, we're all looking a little bit bad, but do we have healing between us? Potions or?
You got your potions back after my cheating last
Okay.
last session. So people who had
potions, yeah, I got my potion back. Yeah.
Right, so mate, it's up to you guys. What do you reckon? Carry on.
I've got no spells. Oh, hold on. You've reset. I think you've reset a spell slot, Steve. When we leveled.
Okay. Mine haven't been reset.
Mine haven't been reset.
I just gained an extra one.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'll tick off my 2 pack magic ones then, because I'm sure I use both my pack magic slots. But I've got 2 spell slots from being a sorcerer. So
you have, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. I've ticked off my pack.
Is it? It must still be in the middle of the night. Yes.
Yeah.
You'll get. It's going to be.
Must be like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Early morning.
No, I don't think we wasn't a long rest we were doing, was it? It was a short rest.
A short rest, and it got interrupted, and we came in here virtually.
You don't know.
Sorry, yes, you're right, because we came in here in the middle of the night. Sorry, Con.
Yeah, we've had a couple of fights in here, but let's be fair, they're not long
like
fights, are they?
30 seconds, don't they?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
You don't know. Probably by the time you searched around and messed around in the quarry, it's not that late. You reckon maybe coming up to 3 in the morning, something like that?
All right, okay, that's good.
Maybe something like that.
So, carrying on then?
It's hard to tell underground, but
I think we should. We learnt the errors of our way of trying to take a short rest, but that's up to the party, isn't it? I don't know. That's just my thoughts.
Dave, did you cast a spell when you played Rhapsody? So I had one spell left.
I just cast Eldritch Blast, to be honest with you.
Okay, so I've got one spell there.
Yeah, things like, I think Hex would have. When did we last cast that?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's gone.
that would have run out, stuff like that.
Well, that's an hour. So have we been running around for? Well, we did, and we got interrupted during our short rest. So probably
during a short rest. Did you actually have Hex cast last time, Phil?
Hex was cast on the village idiot.
Oh, I think actually, did you get damaged? No, you haven't been damaged. Oh yes, you did. You took some damage. I think you might have during the last fight. You might have you lost your Hex,
Okay.
mate.
Yeah,
Failed the concentration check because Dave still got up Hunter's Mark.
Yeah.
No problem.
All right. Anyway,
So, we still haven't made a decision. I'm with Thomas about carrying on. I'm happy to carry on, but
me continue. I would continue.
so like Kara's pouring at the door.
Kara's grunting.
Yeah, I would.
Pointing with a paw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a pointer.
All right, I'll pick the boy back up.
All right.
you're just going to sling him over your shoulders, Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Right. This door then. This door's already open, isn't it? Because
It's like it's ajar basically because the bloke came through it.
I'm going to go through.
All right. Okay.
Stu, if you wanted to move forward and be brave, I can carry the boy.
I'll go.
Is the only light source at the moment me, Dave?
If you want to.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Do you need that now?
Me?
Yes.
No, mate.
You don't need it anymore, do you?
I'm going to put the light source away.
Don't put it away. I can't see.
The bear
Leave
needs
the hat on for me, Con. That's right.
Put the bear on the hat.
Put the hat on the bear.
Or the other way around.
Yeah,
Or
that works better.
Why don't you put the hat? The bear can't wear the hat.
Yes, he can, man.
He can.
No,
Have you not seen any Disney
bears.
films?
Exactly.
It's a magical hat that grows the size.
So you can put the hat on the boy and the boy on the bear.
And that's a good. I think we should do that. Yeah.
So then at least Kara can see. In the meantime, Silver and also Rhapsody, show of bravery has stepped through the doorway here. Now, at the far end of the corridor is yet another one of these stone doors, similar to the others. This one is also ajar, and there's light coming. There's light coming from beyond it.
Damn.
I'm gonna sneak up.
Also up ahead are a couple of. There's a. Sorry, up near the door, there's a small lantern hanging from a hook in the wall, which is not lit. And there's underneath the lantern, there's a wooden stool which is lying on its side, and there's a couple of little items next to the stool. You can't quite make out what they are.
Okay, I'm gonna move up. Looking stealth, looking for traps and stuff as you do. What you say? There's a stool here with bits and pieces.
Right. Okay, so there's a hook on the wall. There's a small lantern which is not lit. Now there's a wooden stool, like with three-legged wooden stool, small one. That's knocked on its side. It's lying on its side, and next to it there's the little items. There's a couple of like sticks, and also like a small knife. Looking at the sticks, Dave, it looks like a couple of them were being whittled or carved.
I was going to say, does it look like they've just been carved? Does it?
Yes.
That knife. They don't look like anything in particular.
They look like whittled sticks.
Just whittled stick. That's what. Yeah. Okay. That's cool. I'm going to ignore them then, and
it's all quiet. Although there's light coming from this door is ajar. Basically, there's light coming through it, but it's very, very quiet.
Sneak peek. What can I see through the ajar door?
Not a lot, to be honest with you. There seems to be another. You also feel cold on your face. It is perhaps the chamber beyond is quite large. You get the sense of a large chamber beyond. Peering through, actually, what you can see, Dave, is that I say you can look down towards the southern wall.
Yeah.
There appears to be a large stone rock or obelisk of some sort. You can see that standing upright about 40 or so feet away. Also to the south, about 50 feet away, you can see there's like a stone slab, a low stone slab set against the wall. It looks like there's some sort of figure lying on top of it.
Okay. Can I hear anything?
It's very, very quiet.
Okay. I'll open up the door enough so I can get through, Div.
Well, I'll just open it up, mate. I just can't.
Okay, cool.
Ian's like a little wasp.
Right, you can. Right, I'm just gonna share this with you guys.
Fluttering.
I'm gonna go in.
Break in. Gosh.
Right, there's no creatures, there's no movement inside. All seems still, all quiet. It is a large chamber. It's quite chilly in here, but there's no sign of life.
I'm gonna have both my daggers ready, Div, just in case. And again, I'm gonna do what I do. I'm gonna go round the room, checking for traps and anything that looks out of place.
Right.
Just Carl, if you need anything.
Yeah.
It's a huge chamber, mate. Obviously, you can't see all of it, obviously, because of the. You've only got 60 foot.
I think we may as well all come in.
Oh, you got 90 now. Yeah. Oh, hang on.
Now,
So. You still can't see all of the room.
All right, no worries. But I can see a fair.
Yeah. Some of these rocks, that standing rocks, as you say, it's some are like just monoliths, like obelisks, or huge, great standing stones that look like they're in the process of being carved into something, but they're like unfinished. Others, you can see the slabs like similar to stone doors. They look like the stone doors that you've been coming through. There's several of those lying around. Again, some of them are standing upright weirdly at strange angles. Also, there's like stone lintels of doorways. The stone surrounds to a doorway.
Right.
It looks like perhaps this would have. There's some sort of, I don't know, workshop, something like that.
So it could be where they're actually making the stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it looks like.
Some of it is finished, but a lot of it is unfinished.
Okay. I'm gonna make my. I'll keep making my way round. I'm gonna just have a very careful look at this.
Right, this thing you're approaching. It's a low stone slab with what looks to be like some sort of remains on it.
All not very healthy looking remains.
Well, I think the clue is in the word remains.
Okay.
it's the clue. It's like...
His hand's in good shape.
All right.
The rest is destroyed.
I'll go around it. I'll just have nothing looking like there's a trap or anything like that around it.
No.
Okay, I'll carry on past it then. I'm not going to touch it.
Yeah, it's like a jumble of bones, like humanoid bones.
Okay.
And looking at it, as you pass, the one you've passed there, they're basically skeletons, skeletal remains. None of them. This one wasn't really intact. Looking at it, it's like all its rib cage is crushed.
Okay.
For example, you gingerly step past it and continue on its way. nothing terrible happens
Can't
to you.
see any weapons or anything in its hands. Just
No,
okay.
it's just bones and
Okay.
remains on there.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna continue round. Again, I'll skirt this skeleton so I don't get too close to it. Remains.
Right. Okay. Like I said, the light source was coming from like a lantern, like pretty much in the center of the room. You can see where those two massive rocks are, the two biggest ones nearest the door you're coming in. So yeah, just tucked in there. That's near where the lantern is. There seems to be some objects on the floor down there.
Okay. I'm going to carry on around the room. If someone else wants to go and have a nose, you're more than
I'll come
welcome
and
to.
keep an eye with you, mate.
Okay.
In case you get attacked.
Colin, you're approaching one of these stone slabs on the southern wall. Again, you can see just skeletal remains. This one, its legs are shattered.
Okay.
There's no other objects on these slabs. It's literally just bones.
How much light does this lantern give off in here? Are we actually in darkness? Or does it light the whole room up?
No, whatever. It's whatever radius a lantern is. I can't remember what it is.
Not much.
20 foot, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
So let's say if you're in the corners of the room, you're going to be in darkness. Definitely.
5, 10, 15, 20.
Apart from you're not in darkness, Con, because you've got a bear following you.
Why don't you use the light thing you've got now, Con? Because you don't care about it not following you anymore, do you? Because in that way, Kara can be in the light of the ball, and you could be out of it because you could be in front of it. But then obviously Kara's got to follow you.
A pet bear. Grizzly Adam.
Sorry, have I got the
Grizzly
mic?
Thomas.
You've got the light at the moment, yeah. You've got the boy with the light.
No, he hasn't got a boy. I've got a boy.
Oh, okay.
That's
so
what I'm
we
saying.
didn't tie the boy to the bear, no?
No, we haven't tied the boy to the bear. No, the bear's going to be going into. The bear's probably one of the frontline people. Tie the boy to the fucking frontline fighter on a saddle. Yeah,
with his hat on.
Charge!
Keep going around, Div.
Yeah, all right, okay. Yeah.
Nothing special about any of these.
No, again.
I can just recast light on the bear. It's a bloody cantrip.
Okay, right. I'll follow Rhapsody as she seems to be going towards the lantern.
I'll just cast light on Kara if she wants it.
Yeah, go on in, mate. Just it must have some sort of like a feather or something on me.
Yeah, I'll just cast it on that.
All right. Earrings.
Right. So whereabouts is the lantern? Are we sort of near it yet?
Yeah, you're in its bright light radius now. You can see like tucked away between these two huge rocks there. There's like a bedroll, backpack, some torches, another lantern.
I searched the backpack.
Okay.
Right. In the backpack, Phil, there's some like food stuff. There's like water skins, some food stuff. There is also some strange-looking metal bars. Now they're like they look like they're about a foot long. They look like they're iron. They look like about foot-long iron spindles. They're like two long, elongated, four-sided pyramids joined at the base.
Okay. I'll keep hold of those in case they need them for some.
Right, okay.
Just have a good search around then, Div.
Yeah, Dave, I'm going to do the same around the whole outside of the room. Take.
All right, okay.
Dave, I'll just keep glancing back. I'm going to kind of stay by the door and keep glancing back down the way we've come.
Yeah, no worries.
If I ask Cara to kind of move down a bit so that I'm not lit up as I move around into the corridor.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, okay. Phil, you're going through the pack, taking these strange metal bars out of the pack. There's nothing else of great interest in it, to be honest with you, mate. Con, as you get to the corner of the southeastern corner of this chamber, it's pretty easy to spot that part of the wall, exactly where you are now, right on the southern wall, part of that wall is ajar, is open.
Oh.
As if it was a secret door that's no longer secret because it's been left slightly open.
Ian.
Wasp comes flying in.
It's in there, Ian.
Yeah, I will try and be sneaky and have a little look through. I'm not.
Well, I've got to investigate it, haven't I?
No, it's dark where you are, mate.
Okay. Do you want me to pop in a stealth check in the tower?
What do you mean try to be sneaky? What you're going to?
I'm going to try and be stealthy, so I'm being as quiet as possible.
So you're moving. There's nowhere to hide in particular, but if you drop one in the tower for you sneaking about and tiptoeing around, mate, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much.
And then
Right, okay. You push it
open.
And you just peek your head like through, kind of having a look through. There's a earthen passage beyond.
Is there light in there?
No, it's dark. It's dark beyond. It's not of cut stone. This is like just a dirty earthen passage. Basically, it's fairly low. As you go in, you have to stoop to get into it, and it leads south, and then it like turns round a corner towards the east. But it's very, very quiet.
I'm keeping a lookout, being all aware in case I trip any tripwires, anything like that, and I'm going to make my way down stealthily.
Yeah, you're like sneaking along there, Con.
Do we know that he's gone?
No, because it was yeah, you could probably see him from the center of the chamber. Anyone if you've got 90-foot dark vision, you can definitely see him. But yeah,
not if I'm in darkness, he can't.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, yeah, he's disappeared.
Yeah, can't see me.
But I would have seen the door open. From where I was.
He just stuck his head through and then slipped through it. So no, not necessarily.
Okay.
Right. It's kind of
right now. Right, just to let you know, Con. Round the corner, it continues for a little while longer. It's sloping upwards as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Up ahead, you can see a couple of barrels, and then the passageway ends, but there's a ladder leading up out of sight at the end.
Right. I make my way back to let everyone know what I found.
All right, cool. Yeah, you turn back into the room. The rest of the group is still wandering about.
I tell Silver and anyone else who's near that there's a passageway off southeast corner, leads upwards to a seems like some kind of storage unit with a ladder leading up.
So we let everyone else know then. Shall we? Might as well carry on. There's nothing. Doesn't appear to be anything else in here, does there?
No, just these very strange and
Sticks.
Stones. And the weird metal.
Can we see that some of on the map? It looks like some of them, the three nearest to me, have got like a goldy sheen to them. Are all the rest of them like that as well, or they look different in any way?
No, they're all no. There's nothing special about none of it. I don't know why they've done that, Stu. They're not coloured or anything. No, they're not huge gold rocks.
Of gold.
Getting excited.
Damn. All right then. We've come to check it out, so we may as well check it out, then, eh? So I'll start making my way to Thomas's tunnel.
All right. Okay.
We're all heading off to the tunnel.
I think so. On. So is this where like the ladder is, Div?
What it does, it goes round the corner, continues on for a little bit further. I don't know, another 50, 60 feet or so. The passage, as I said, it's like it's a rough earthen passage. It's sloping upwards all the time, and then up ahead of you, it ends. You can see a couple of barrels. There's looks like some objects and that up the top there, and there's the passage ends, but there's a ladder that disappears up outside.
Okay, well, I'll make my way slowly, checking for traps for up to the ladder then.
Right, okay.
Can I?
Right, the objects up there is it's a couple of barrels.
Yeah.
And again, another one of these sand piles with torch stubs shoved into it. Now, as you get to the ladder and look up, the ladder heads up 20, 30 feet or so, and then you can see starlight.
Okay, I'll make my way up the ladder then, Div.
Right, okay. Right. Takes you just climb slowly, carefully up the ladder. Yeah. At the top, there's. Do you know, like in America, they have like storm cellars.
Yeah.
No, storm cellars, and you know, like the wooden doors, like they're like an angle, and they lift up and outward, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Right. It's that sort of thing. Yeah. You're obviously on the inside of it. Okay. One side of the doors are closed, but the other looks like it's been pushed open and left open. And as you pop your head out,
yes,
you find yourself
beheaded.
Well, you're obviously in the town somewhere. You don't recognise it straight away, but you stick your head out, and there's like there's buildings around you. There's a large building like behind you. You don't recognise it straight away, but it seems to be in some sort of working yard. You can see a lot of carts and wagons, some unfinished, all around you.
And I can see stars above me.
It opens out into the town.
Okay. Can I see any movement?
No, it's it's quiet.
I'm gonna fly straight up about 70, 80 foot so I can get a good look at exactly where I am.
Well, you're going to have to open the other door and climb out into the thing before you can take off, mate.
Can I do that stealthily?
There's not enough room.
There's not enough room for me to launch off the
stairs. Off the ladder, no.
Oh man!
All right. If you want to sneak out and then do it, go on then. Chuck a roll in.
Let me get my skills. Where's my tower? There for some reason. That's cool.
Right, okay, you like carefully do the final steps of the ladder. You climb out into this yard,
Yeah.
and then take a couple of steps, and then launch yourself up into the air and
Yeah.
fly upwards.
Cool.
From your higher vantage point, it quickly becomes clear where you are. Now, if you look on the Red Larch map,
Yeah, Red Larch player.
yeah,
Yeah.
all right, you've got the centre of town, the centre crossroads, yeah,
Yeah.
just to the southeast, Whalver's Wagon Works. You see that?
Yep.
It opens into his yard.
Ah, okay. Okay, so we came. That's a bit of a trek, isn't it? Around. All right, fair enough. So at least I know exactly where it leads. I'll go back down, land
Yep.
very carefully, and back down the ladders. Let everyone know exactly where it leads to.
All right, cool. Cool, no worries.
Just a quick question on these remains. Are they all human remains, Dave?
They appear to be, mate. Yes.
Yeah.
And each and every one, you've been going around having a look at them, Chris.
Yeah.
None of them are intact. They all have like severe injuries, like smashed legs, crushed rib cage, one smashed skulls, stuff like that.
I think, Div, I'm going to close. Can I? I'll go back to that ladder. Can I close the door from the inside, but still be able to open it from the inside?
Well, you just did like storm doors. You just pull them shut.
Right. Okay. Then that's what I'll do. I'll close it so it looks like it's closed.
Yeah, if they were locked or something, they're certainly not now, mate.
Yeah.
One of the doors was open, but yeah, you can just pull it to. So from the outside, it would look.
Yeah,
it would
that's
look
what I
shut
want to
again.
do.
Yeah,
So it
no
looks
problem.
shut because I think this dude's come from this way, hasn't he? So yeah, I'll close it so it looks closed. So if anyone else goes out into the yard, they'll see it's closed.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah. So I come back down. I'll join everyone in the main room again.
Yep.
I'll tell them what I found, where it leads to.
Door was open?
It was. Yeah, the one side of it was open. Yeah.
Does that not mean someone left?
No, I reckon that someone came down here. I reckon it's this dude came down this way, possibly.
I think that if you come into a secret lair, you're more likely to want to cover your tracks and close the door. If you're leaving in a hurry, you leave the door open.
Possibly.
That's something to explore in the morning, I guess, isn't it?
Dave, I start getting changed into the bloke's outfit.
Into your awful outfit.
My
Okay.
special outfit.
Yeah. All right. Okay. No worries.
So we've still got north, haven't we, to have a look down of the first crossroads, if you guys remember. So I reckon
No,
we go
south,
back that
isn't
way.
it?
Yeah, you didn't head south.
South, sorry, yeah, south.
Okay.
So, should we go back that way?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Thomas, are you going to put my lovely broken suit outside?
I was going to, but if we're going to go off somewhere else, we might want to. I don't know how quickly they respond to it. So should we go north, south, and then come back to this place and then do it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
How from where? I didn't look at the map, so I don't know how far away was anyone that we could trust from where we are now, Div? So say like Harbuck.
You what? Sorry, Stuart. If what?
How far away from where we are now in the town is someone like Harbuck?
It's literally it's not that far.
Or Lemura, or
if we go up these
Well,
stairs.
you can see it on the map, mate, can't you?
I can't because if I go to what do I want? What map do I
Red
want?
Larch player.
Red Larch
Red
player.
Larch player. Oh, there we go. Right, yeah. So where does it come out?
It comes out in just to the Waverley's Wagon Works.
Yeah, yeah. So it comes out in the yard, yeah, at the back.
and the
Oh, the constable's just
the
across the
butcher's
road.
constable's
He's
exactly, yeah.
literally, he's
Right,
across
okay.
the butcher. It's the butcher's. It's across the road, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
All right.
he's
Silver.
Yeah.
Watch for me. Come with me.
Yeah. All right, I'll go with you.
I'm gonna go back up the. I'm gonna go up the stairs. Up the
Up the ladder, yeah.
up the ladder.
All right, I'll go with
All
you.
right, okay. What?
Slowly open the door up.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna come out.
Okay. It's all quiet out there, Stu.
Right.
There's
I'm gonna.
no sign of life.
What are you
stealth.
doing?
I'm gonna try and stealthily move across the road to Harbuck's house because he's literally across the road.
It's ruining your plan. Can't kill him.
No, it's not. Harbuck. He's the only person that I think we can trust.
You could take him to the temple if you were going to take him somewhere.
You have no idea, though, do you?
I don't.
Exactly.
I don't. That's true.
And you could get spotted as well.
Out of all of them, Stuart would have. Soylent would know who he feels like he can trust.
Yeah, but
It's his town.
it's my town.
he
But
feel-
I don't know. These people are all thingies. The only people. What's going to happen is the people that we think are involved with it, like the Imodar or whatever her name is. Not Imodar.
The mine lady.
Yeah, the mine lady who I don't like is probably going to be. She's been blackmailed throughout her whole life to look after this place, and she's been held against her will. It's nothing to do with her, and it's actually Holberg who's running the whole thing. So that's probably what's going to happen. But yeah.
So how about we don't go and alert them that we know about any of this yet?
Yeah, but we're running around with a child. We can't go into a
We
fight
can't
with
keep.
a child.
Yeah, exactly. What you want to do? You want to leave the child with Harbuck?
Yes.
Let's do that then. Let's tell him what we found.
Oh, hold on. Unless
you've got to trust somebody.
Yeah, I can either go to so the Alpha of Shane, as Angel said. Does Mira stay at the shrine?
You what, mate?
Does Lemura stay at the shrine?
No, she's got a little house. It's not actually on the map, but she lives out with the farmers. There's a load of like farmhouses and cottages
Right.
off of the map,
Okay.
like outlying buildings and stuff like that.
Hold on,
she lives out there. But Harbour lives
just
on Butcher's Row.
Yeah. All right. That's it. Harbuck it is. I'm gonna try and stealthily run across the road.
Oh no, Stu. Oh no. Just David, fly up and leave him on the roof somewhere. Then we'll come back for him.
I mean,
Leave the boy on the roof.
I don't necessarily. I could land in the road in front of the butcher's house. To be fair, I don't have to land on the roof.
No, just hide him away for a bit.
No, I'm gonna.
No, he ain't going to move, is he? He ain't going to get off the roof.
Yeah. We told Harbuck we were coming down here, and so.
Yeah, exactly. He knew we were coming down here. You know.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning, though, Stu, isn't it?
Yeah, that's fine. Div, I've run off. I've got a boy. I run across the road.
Right. Okay. So
I'll
you kind of hop
covered.
Hop over the fence.
Yeah.
Of the yard, and you take a quick glance up and down the long road, the main thoroughfare. There's no one in sight, basically.
I'll fly up onto the.
Is there lanterns and stuff that are lit along the roads, or is it like? I try to keep to darkness as much as possible. If that.
Yeah, there is. There's obviously street lamps, but yeah,
Yes.
there are posts that someone goes round and lights lanterns on. So every now and then there are lanterns lit.
Yeah, I don't cross in obvious brightness in a main thoroughfare. I'm going to try and wait, and then just hop across and then get to his house.
All right,
your
fine.
sneaky
In the
yellow
meantime,
suit.
My yellow swamp suit.
Con, you're dressed
that
up
looks
in
really
your
odd.
finery now as well, Con.
Yellow swamp sword with yellow wool,
Yeah.
holding
So
a child. At 3 o'clock in the morning.
I'm flying about 60 foot above him now, just keeping him covered. I can see him easy.
Okay, just hang on a sec, guys. Hang on.
Maybe 70 foot actually, just to be out of range of any normal person. Take advantage of my extra long, dark vision.
And get caught, Stu.
No.
Yellow swamp suit made with yellow wool. With a child in your hand at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Battered child.
Like-
Almost dead child.
Yeah,
in-
comatose child.
His yellow checkered trousers looking like pedo Rupert the Bear.
Pedo Rupert the Bear.
Anyway, right. Okay, you scurry across, Joe. There's actually there's light coming from one of the butcher buildings. Looks like someone's up and working even now.
Yeah,
Up early.
I skirt that and try and get to Holberg's house.
All right, okay. Yeah, the house he shares with his missus is just off the road, so you don't actually have to even get to where the light's coming from.
Okay.
His house is there. Right, okay.
I knock on the door.
A little while, no answer.
A little bit louder.
All right, boom, boom, boom. All right, okay. You see a head poke out from the lit workshop place. It looks like one of the young constables. John. He looks over to you. He wipes his hands. He's obviously like working and stuff. He's got like bloody hands and that. He wipes them on an apron. Rev, what you doing here, mate?
Get
So
Holberg.
early.
Get Holberg now.
Really? He's asleep.
Get Holberg now.
Wait there. Right. He comes over to you. Starts for you and knocking a bit more politely. He starts hammering on the door, and he's like, he first of all he starts knocking, and he looks, sees the kid that you're holding,
Yeah.
and starts fucking really hammering on it hard. He goes, "Isn't that I've forgotten his name
Braylon.
already. Braylon. Isn't that young Braylon you got there?
It is.
What's happened?
I'll tell Holberg in a minute. Let's just get him
Okay.
in.
All right, bang. Right, eventually you can hear a sound of like movement inside. Right, while this is going on, gentlemen like Con and Co, not involved in this particular thing. Is what are you lot up to? You got any other plans or anything you want to be doing while Stu's doing this?
We'll sit around waiting for Stu.
Yeah, no, I'll have a look. I'll spend the time just looking around the room, just in case there's another little doorway or.
Yeah, you're just happy. I know Con's happy in his dark corner there in the dark.
Yeah,
I'm
That's
going
where
to
he's
get
happy.
changed back, mate.
Oh,
into,
you're
my normal
all
stuff.
done, Con. You're all ready to go. But I just
no.
wondered if anyone wants to do anything while Stuart's going through doing all this bollocks.
I re-put back on my normal clothes.
You're putting your normal clothes back on again, yeah?
Yes, mate.
Right, okay. All right, okay.
I'm just
Would you
going
not
around
put the-
investigating and.
You're not going to put the stuff on outside, like.
No, not anymore. You have your special needs efforts. People pretend that you're alive, and what's the point?
Yeah. The whole point, Stu, was to your bloody clothes. Well, to show that you were dead.
No, but no.
But it's
I
only
dropped
half
his stuff in the middle.
Con,
And,
why don't you still do it? Why don't you still do it? And then everyone will see that like Stu's down alive, but he's been anally violated by the Rickensies clothes. He's been up to no good at one of those F&M parties.
One of my parties got out of hand.
Yeah, he's been at a Barrymore pool party.
Yeah, actually, the kid that died was called Stuart. The bloke that drowned in the pool.
Oh, nice.
Con, don't dismiss the plan yet, mate. See what
No.
Stu does. Don't dismiss it.
it's dismissed.
It is dismissed.
It's dismissed. I thought it was a good plan.
It is a good plan.
Yeah. It can still be.
It's,
Right.
Yeah, it's,
Okay, like the door opens and there's there's Harbuck here in his nightshirt, right, and his hat, his little night hat. Right, he opens it up. It's like he sees like John. He's like, what do you want? And he looks across. And he goes, oh, you see his face. Sees Stu.
Morning,
Yeah,
Captain.
he looks again, sees the boy. It's like, what's happened, Rev? What's happened?
Take him. We'll explain
Come
more
in.
later. No. I gotta go. Take the boy.
No. You fucking stay here, mate. Come in. You inside. Bring him with you now.
Ah.
Do you run off with the boys?
No, I tell you what I do.
Yeah.
I put the boy on the floor. I misty step back.
Right, okay. Well, what's that? 30-foot range, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
All
That'll
right,
get
okay.
me back. That'll get me back towards the storm door. I said I'll explain later, and I misty step away.
Yeah, that will get you out into the middle of the road, basically. Then you'll have to run back and hop over the fence again.
Yep.
Right, okay. Right, and then you can hear shouting, "Oi, Rev, stop, wait!"
Oh, that's not
And
good.
Oh dear.
Right, Silver, from your viewpoint, obviously you see Stu put the boy. Did you put him down, Stu, or did you drop him?
No, I put him down. I said I put him down. I said I'll explain later, and then I face step away.
Yeah, right, okay, yeah. Right, Silver, you can see Stu like suddenly he's there, and then suddenly he's not. But you see him darting off. He appears in the middle of the long road, and he darts back over and scrambles back over the wooden fence into the backyard.
Okay.
You see both Harbuck and the young constable John. They both like start. They run a little way out into the road to where Stuart like appeared, but then like they stop. You can see Harbuck gesturing at John and telling him to get back, and they both head back. Pick the boy up and take him into Harbuck's house.
Okay. All right. At that point, then, as long
At
as
that point, in the meantime, Stu's hopped over and got back down,
I'll fly
down the
back.
ladder.
Now that I know they're looking after the boy, I'll fly back and.
Before Angel can grasp me up, I come back and go, all went smoothly.
Right, okay.
Angel wouldn't know. Silver might.
Sorry, Silver.
Yeah. Right, okay.
Okay. Thomas, drop your plan, seeing as the whole of the village now know that Rev is alive.
You can see Thomas once you find Thomas.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. Can't see him.
You can't see him. You don't know where he is.
No. I'll go looking for him. He can't see me looking for him either.
Have you both got an ability where if you're in darkness you can't be spotted with dark vision?
Yeah, you count as invisible.
What? So the pair of you looking for each
Once
other.
I go into the darkness, you can't see me. I just disappear.
But also, you're looking for Thomas. You can't find him, and he can't find you.
Right.
He sees you approaching. Like, Con, you can see Silver approaching, but once she enters, crosses the light threshold into darkness, you blink a couple of times, and that's odd. Where's she go? You can't see her. Silver, he's Thomas isn't anywhere in the room as far as you can see, mate.
I think we need to go and find Thomas, and I'll walk back into the light.
All right, okay.
Come on, let's go on with this adventure in the bloody tunnel.
Yeah. Right.
Well, at least we don't have a child ready to be.
No, this is true, but we definitely can't do the plan that Thomas came up with now, can we? Your suit was ruined for nothing.
Well,
unless he falls now, he's gone back. He doesn't know where he's going.
No, this is true, but I mean, Harbuck's not
I think
the quietest.
let's just get on with exploring that plan's dead.
Blokes. Right, Div, I'm going to have a look at these chains. Can I sort of disconcern what the chains do in this room here? Do I think they're going to do things in that corridor, for instance, that we haven't been down? Can I sort of disconcern what the chains do?
Make make an intelligence investigation check, though.
Okay.
Div, I don't know if you saw my message. I'm missing Bless off
Guessing
my.
that's a no.
You're not anymore, mate.
All right, lovely, thank you.
Oh
yeah, wait.
Well, Silver, you scratch your head looking at these chains. Anyone with an ounce of sense would perhaps think that they might have something to do with because they disappear into like the ceiling, you know, around the door. Perhaps they do. Perhaps they've got something to do with this corridor behind. Because what's his name? Grund was definitely he was at that door. And actually, now you're right next to the door, Dave. You can see that there's like a viewing slit cut into the door.
Okay.
So perhaps he was stationed there looking through the door with these chains nearby him. So you're not sure what they do, but perhaps there is a link.
Let's.
It looks ripe. The map looks ripe for spiky things to come out of the floor.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. All right, let's close this door. I want to close this door because we can still see through it. Yeah, and then start pulling chains to see what happens.
And make loads of noise.
Is anyone else? Is anyone else in the room with Silver?
I guess I am. By the looks of it.
I just pull the nearest chain.
You pull the nearest one, yeah?
Yeah, nearest one to the door.
Right.
With the door closed. The door is closed.
Yeah, the door is closed. Through that door, you hear a crashing sound, Dave.
Okay. And look through the slit.
And when you look through the slit, directly in front of you, in front of that door, it looks like you can now see bars there. And as if peering through, it looks like, on closer inspection, it looks like some sort of cage has dropped.
Right.
In that 10-foot square, just outside the door.
Okay. I'll pull the chain again.
What, the same one?
Yeah, same one.
Yeah, that doesn't have any effect. It's like it gives a little, but there's no more effect.
All right.
Is that corridor blocked through the cage now?
It is.
Yeah. It's all right. We didn't want to go down there anyway because these other chains obviously do something else. So I won't bother pulling any more chains.
Is there equal chains to as many cages or?
Well, it's pulled. How many chains were there?
I pulled one.
You pulled one. There was
Is there 10 chains?
I'll tell you how many there are. 10. Funnily enough, yeah, 10 chains.
There you go then.
Cool.
Right, we send Soylent down there and then put him in a cage. And leave it.
I'm fine where I am, thank you.
And then we can go and tell the sheriff we've caught him.
We've caught the child molesting Reverend.
Child kidnapper. The Reverend was evil all along.
We've caught him in
We've even got his bloody clothing.
The dirty criminal.
That'll teach you for ruining Con's plan.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, should we make our way round then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Start making our way round then. We closed that door, didn't we? Let's open it.
All right, you start heading back, picking away through like possibly the bodies and that.
Dead bodies and that.
You head back into this. The corridor, heading backwards. I remember in the chamber you're approaching now. There was. I know you had pushed the stone out, hadn't you?
Yeah, the stone was on the floor.
Yeah.
Have we searched these bodies?
I'm pretty sure we would have searched them.
They're dead in this one.
I'm not sure we did actually.
Oh, we'll search them then.
Yeah, we'll have a quick search in case they've got any gold on them or silver.
or
Yeah, okay.
because we're tight asses at the moment.
No, they haven't.
I need
Okay.
a new suit.
Any breastplates?
No,
Any breastplates?
Any +3 magical daggers?
no,
As expected.
nothing on them at all.
Nothing of worth.
No.
Okay, we'll carry on going then.
All right. Okay, back into the
Back into the rat room.
where those
Can I
three
hear
corpses
anything?
are. No, it's very, very quiet still.
All right, go through then. Following Soylent.
Got Sawyer flying along.
I know he's well up for it. Isn't he?
Obviously knows there's no danger ahead.
Con, from where you are, you can begin to see light, moving light from the huge chamber. Well, Con's still back from what I can see in the little statue room.
Someone's
Did you
come
close the hat?
I did, yeah.
I don't know if Con's.
Yeah, I'm here, mate.
Yeah,
Con's got good fighting skills.
there's moving light in the huge chamber.
Okay.
Right, so we're back here. I'm waiting for everyone else to catch up.
I move as fast as I can to inform the party.
All right, okay, so you sort of like hustle away quickly, yeah? Right, okay, cool.
When I said earlier that things went smoothly, I may have been slightly exaggerating.
Is this after Con catches up with us?
Yes. Oh wait, who's moved me into the pits?
Right, so Con, you're going to move back. Is
Yeah,
that okay? I'm moving back to where all the others are, yeah?
Fast as possible, and I let them know we've got company coming.
Right, okay. All right, ladies and gents, you heard that. Thomas returns. He's coming like double time. You kind of hear running footsteps, and Thomas appears out of the darkness to inform you that there was moving lights in this large chamber. You probably got people on their way.
Let's go and add to the death toll.
As he's telling you that, you hear a voice shout, "Rev!" It echoes around. Rev!
Does it sound like Harbuck?
Yes.
Oh.
This better be fucking good, Rev.
You're such a dick.
The bear puts his paw to her forehead and nods.
Can I Eldritch Blast Stuart that
Hang on. Was the boy left in front of Harbuck's house wearing a magic lighted up?
No, he never had. No.
Yes, he was.
Thomas's hat.
He's got Thomas's hat on, but he hasn't got. It's not lit because I cast light on the bear instead.
Is if it's within an hour of when you cast it on me?
No, because you can only have one light, can't you?
It goes when you cast it on something else.
Yeah,
that's true.
But he's got Thomas's hat on, has he?
Well, it depends on whether he gave me his hat. I don't know. I was carrying the boy. That was it. I didn't.
No, we was only going to put Thomas's hat on him if he was going to be
on the bear.
to the bear.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to go.
You're really just after the Reverend.
Now, where's he going?
He's going back to see the. Do we all go back or do we carry on?
They don't know we're down here. It's only the Rev, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, but he knows we're all down here. We said we were coming down here.
Yeah, but
I'm going back.
I'm not.
You stupidness.
Let's get on with this adventuring. Come on, because there might be something to see.
Yeah, well,
right.
So hold on. So either let him wander around in the dark, or tell him where we are to come with us.
Yeah, but he's going to hold you and want an account of what's happened, isn't he?
Exactly. That's why I ran away from him, so I didn't have to
well,
do
let's
that.
go then. He can catch up with us.
All right then. All right, back. Run back.
We've got to bottom this out, haven't we, before we stop?
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. That's what
This
I was
door's
trying to
open.
do.
Rhapsody's gone. I'll follow behind her. I'm going in
We
front.
could just say we thought there might be more children
Oh
down here. So
man!
Right,
come on.
round the corner,
Yeah.
Dave, you can see the corridor. It starts off as like carved stone rock. As it goes
Yeah.
around the corner, it becomes like roughly hewn and more natural. At the end,
Yeah.
there's like a depression. Looks like some sort of depression in the floor and a crack at the bottom of it.
And a crack at the bottom of the depression.
Yeah, there's like a small depression, not that deep, and it looks like there's a crack of some sort at the back wall in the floor of the depression. There looks like there'd be lots of like little small objects scattered in the depression as well. You can't quite tell what they are. It looks like small stones or small rocks.
And there's no. It doesn't like. There's no. It doesn't go up or anything like that. There's no.
No, it seems like that's a dead end there, and just this small depression, this crack, and then there's lots of these little weird rock things like that.
Nicely done, Thomas.
You hear a voice echo down the corridors like, "What the fuck is a bear doing down here?"
The door's closed. I closed it.
Yeah, I know. You still hear the voice.
Oh, does he saw me then? Did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're lit up like a Christmas tree, aren't you?
And there's that door that you're in, that corridor. That door there's got a hole in it to look through, hasn't it?
Right, yeah, Chris, behind you, you see the door open, and you can see a figure. Well, you see a couple of figures. You like recognise there's Harbuck standing there. He's still got his night clothes on. All right, and he's got his he's got a long sword. He's got a sword and a carrying a torch.
Oh, great!
Obviously, you can't get down towards you because there's this cage that's now in the way.
Oh, see, that's lucky I did that. I did that on purpose.
All right. As you're watching, you see him. He glances round, Chris, and you see he turns and goes, "No, don't do that!" But it's like there's a crashing noise, and halfway down the corridor, another cage comes crashing down. And
I signal like that. No.
It's like, all right. You see, like Harbuck's like, "No, don't touch anything." It's like he's peering down the corridor still. Right.
Right, I'm gonna drop wild shape.
Right, where he can see you, yeah?
Yes, I'm Clara now.
All right, okay.
And I'll shout, "Rev, what are you doing there? Go back. It's too dangerous down there."
You mean Harbuck?
Harbuck, sorry.
Right, hang on. Where were you? I'd moved you off somewhere. Where's Cara gone? There she is.
Somewhere down the bottom of the map.
Mate. Yeah, somewhere down the bottom.
Because I can't really communicate in bear form.
Okay,
he's in his pajamas. So don't suit himself up.
Well, he's in like a nightgown. You know, like the old...
Everyone's going around in pajamas these days.
Yeah.
Right. I just want to check. Does it look like some sort of trap? I might recognise.
From where you are, mate, there doesn't seem to be anything suspicious about it.
I'm wondering whether
you've got to remember that this end of the corridor isn't of work stone or anything like that. It's natural. So you're looking about. Nothing seems out of place for like this for this natural passage, Dave. There's no mechanisms visible or anything like that. But literally, it's like a small depression with like a crack in the back wall and on the floor. It runs into the floor at the back of this depression. And as you step a little bit closer, you can see there's loads of like little, what looks to be like rocks, like elongated rocks, like large, thick cigars, all lying around near the crack.
Do they look natural or work stone? Well, I'm thinking, has it sort of exploded out of the hole, or is it some people have been throwing things down in that direction?
Although they look like some of them are elongated, some are like near spherical, some are like tiny. It's fairly random, Phil. None of them look in particularly works. No, they're not. They don't look smooth stone, for example. No.
I've got any stone skills.
Where's our stone licker when we need him?
What was the metal bars that were picked up? What were they? They were metal bars.
They look like they're the iron spindles. They're made of iron. You can tell that, and they're like long, elongated, four-sided pyramids joined at the base. If that gives you an idea of what they look like.
What, like a D4?
Yeah, if you took a D4.
Yeah.
If you took two D4s, stretched them out, yeah, and then joined them at the base, that's what they look like. Okay.
Is that a rhomboid or something?
That's what I was thinking of, Stu. Yeah, a rhomboid, something like that. That's what they look like.
That's a rumba.
Similar to the little vacuum cleaners. Oh, that's a Roomba.
Oh, you've joined Cara, have you, Stu?
Yeah, I moved up.
Right, Harbert.
When he said about
Rev.
Hello.
He goes, how do I get round there?
Go round the long way, Harbour. Go back and go up north. Go back to another room and go north, past the statue.
What is it with these cages?
We don't know. It's traps. Be careful. When you go north, don't walk into the middle of the room. There's a black stone on the floor. Don't walk near the stone. Keep to the edges of the wall.
He turns. He starts chatting with someone out of sight. Closes the door. Disappears. Right.
Shall we see what this is?
Con outside there, the large cavern where Con's looking out, which was, remember, that was another earthen cave with all the tree roots and plant roots coming from the ceiling and walls. That's all quiet and that's empty, Con. You're keeping an eye out there, mate. There's nothing going on there, though.
This whole place has been largely empty, isn't it? Apart from the guards that came in and that one bloke.
And the
What the
rest.
fuck are the rhomboids? And what is this? Should we chuck the rhomboids into that floaty central column?
Well, Phil's got them at the moment. Who's Phil? There, you're basically right by this depression, Phil. You're not actually in it yet, but you take another step, you're going to be in this depression with all these weird little rocks and that.
Yeah, no, I'm just doing anything.
But it's all quiet. There's nothing else. There's nothing else going on.
And there's just a crack. Can't see anything in the crack.
No, it doesn't look. The wall part of it doesn't look like it goes anywhere. But the crack or crevice, whatever it is, it continues down at the back wall, and it goes deeper out of sight. But it's very small. It's not big enough for any sort of creature to fit.
I think we've got to do the old D&D special of throw a stone down it, haven't we? Watch the monster come out.
Or I can turn into a spider and go in it.
You want to change into a spider and go down it?
That'd be very brave of you if you want.
It's just a crack, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just a crack.
I'm going to pick up one of these stones.
Oh, I'm off.
Throw it down there. Too late.
I'm gone.
You pick it up, Dave. It's not solid. It feels quite not spongy, but it feels like it can give.
I'll put it back down.
Ah, you coward.
It's just like as you put it down, it's sort of like it's like parts of it begin to crumble in your fingers, sort of thing. It's like falls in half, right, and plops down on the floor.
Okay, I'll back away now.
Right, okay.
Doesn't appear to be anything down there. I'll wipe it. I'll wipe my fingers on the wall just in case.
Something for Halberd to investigate.
Yeah.
Right.
Local knowledge.
Once you get back, you hear another shout. Rev, come here now.
Someone's got caught in that field, haven't they?
Where's he shouting from?
Right, it's coming from the north. It's echoing from the right. As you turn the corner, Joe, you see the light. They're in the rat chamber.
Yeah.
Right. As you come in, you can see it's Harbuck and another one of the young constables are kneeling by the corpses. He's like looking at them and poking at them. As you come in, he looks up and he goes like, "Do you want to explain these? What the fuck is going on? What is this?
No, I'll explain everything.
What the hell is this place?"
We don't know, but it looks like it's been basically the entrance to the mine. The collapsed tunnel was just a ruse. It was poorly disguised entrance to this place. We started investigating this place and found these people. Obviously, they've been dead a long time.
So you came in here through the quarry?
Yes.
Correct. Yes. When we said to you we was going to the quarry and we was investigating the tunnel, you know, the collapsed tunnel.
Yeah.
This leads. This is
where
part
it
of
leads. Yeah.
As well as it comes out in fucking Walver's backyard as well.
Yes.
Correct. Yeah. We've just found that out, and we found the boy down here in the room where the chains are.
He's there. My wife's looking after him.
Good.
He was down here.
He was down here.
And Pickle Boy.
What's happened to him? Because he looks in a real bad way.
We don't know. We don't know what's going on here. We basically Grund was looking after the not looking after the boy. We'll say looking after him.
Like a jailer.
He was.
Sorry, Grund was down here as well.
Correct.
Right. So you see that room where the chains were? You see the room where the chains were?
Yes.
Yes. Right. There were the boy was tied up on the rock in that room. Remember? Did you see the pedestal there? That he was tied up there, and Pickle Boy was watching him.
So Grund didn't come down with you?
No.
He was down here already.
He was down here already. Somebody had asked him to look after this room, watch the chains, watch the corridor where the chains will drop the cages, and make sure that the boy stayed tied up.
Someone's got influence over Grund and was making him look after the boy. Make him watch the boy and also watch the corridor. You know the chains and the cages that fell down?
Right.
It seemed like it was his job that any people that come investigating and come down that corridor, that he would pull the chain and he would trap them. You must have seen the corpses. We don't know.
Who are they?
The masked men. They look like. Did you say that they were from the more other people from the halfway house?
He wouldn't recognise them, but right, basically.
No. Did you say to us that they were from the halfway house?
We recognise them.
Yeah, the flop house.
Yeah, the flop house. Yeah. So that's what I said to Hellbuck. That you must have seen the corpses in the corridor from that thing. We had a fight. We fought about 8 or 9 bandits, and they had masks on, and they looked like they were from the flop house.
They didn't look. They were from the flop house.
We recognised at least if not all of them from the flop house.
Enough. You lot, everyone out. come with me. We need to get to the bottom of this.
Hold on, Harbuck. We just need to find out just to make sure there's no more kids down here. We were just finishing off looking around the place, and I left the boy with you because I didn't want to get him into any We rescued the boy, and then we ended up having a fight, and I didn't want to get him involved because we wanted to make sure we cleared out the place before other people were alerted.
All right, go.
So I was when I ran away from you, it was purely because of the fact that I didn't want to get caught up on being delayed. Yeah.
Right, he goes, go do what you need to do. You come back here when you're done.
Definitely.
He turns to the other guy. He goes, go get the others. I want them down here. I want this place secured. No one touches these corpses.
And also get
Grund. You
Grund.
want to get hold of Grund. You probably also want the Wagoneer people. Keep hold of them.
And the
quarry lady.
We'll take care of that in due time. I'm more concerned about all the bodies down here because there's a ton of them. There's a ton of them. Right. Okay.
I think we've cleared it now, though. To be fair, haven't we? There was nowhere else to go. Was there?
Did Phil finish investigating what he was doing in his little hole?
Yeah. I picked it. That doesn't appear to be anything down there. I mean, you can go and have
a look. Spider wants to go down. I don't think it's worth sending a spider down.
I don't think so.
Something that's weird about it, but I don't think we're going to know just by looking at it. Well, I think if you got attacked down there, you'd be killed.
Yeah.
No one's going to be able to get to you.
As a spider, and then he'd come back as his full self, and be, crushed in the rock. Yeah.
Well, if you're dumb, Harbuck wants you to accompany him. Well,
have we done every other else?
I think so. Yeah.
Harbuck wants you to take him round and show him the ways in and out of this place. He already knows one of them, so he just wants a little tour. And then basically he tells you he wants none of you to leave town for the moment.
I'm just about to take a vacation.
Why do we tell him? Fuck's sake!
None of you are leaving town for the.
He knew anyway because we told him
just for the moment.
No, you don't need to know nothing. He didn't know. He said ask for permission. We didn't get permission. We come down here on our own backs. That's why we come at night.
No, but he knew we were coming down here.
No, he didn't. He knew we wanted to go and investigate it, but he didn't know that it was going to come down.
I don't even believe he even knew this was down here.
He didn't know this was down here, but he knew we were going to investigate that closed mine shaft. And it leads to here.
He didn't.
He did, because we told him.
Oh.
Did the goody goodies went and told him.
We told him that's what we was going to do, and he said,
"Goody."
Yeah. And he said he couldn't come with us.
It's over. It's done. All right, cool.
Right.
It doesn't matter. We've got nothing to hide.
Chris, it seems like you were going to make this your lair. You're upset that other people knew. Other people know of my lair now. We could
have investigated that lady, couldn't we, and see what her impression was with the break-in to see how far she's behind it.
You get the impression that Harbuck is going to be taking care of
exactly
business now. Yeah. So that sort of thing. It sounds like he hasn't cast any aspersions on you. He hasn't accused you guys of doing anything or being involved. You've already told him that you killed a load of bandits. That's fairly obvious. There's that room with a little statue. That's like a carnage house. That's just like bodies everywhere. But he's interested in that. But he's more interested in these three corpses. Does
he know them? I asked him. Do you recognise these guys or they're not?
No.
The thing is, we've probably lost the opportunity to find out what villagers are
believe him.
involved in this.
Is he
Alright,
lying?
Yeah. So
Well, no, because they've all got secret tattoos, haven't they? So everyone's
No,
going to have to
that's
strip
the
off.
wrong roll.
right, so basically, but you've told him Grund's involved.
Yeah.
You've told him obviously of the entrance from the quarry.
Well, we show it to him, don't we? He asked us to show him.
Alberi's quarry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's going to be looking at her. He needs to find Grund, and he wants to know what the fuck Walver has got with this bloody little secret cellar entrance down into this place as well. So you've got three people he wants to talk to, and also the boy's still alive.
And the flop house.
And the fop house, yeah, definitely the fop house. We recognise some of these, so.
Well, they sent the robbers after us as well, didn't they? The bandits. Yeah. There's two groups of people attacked us from that flop house. That's got to be burnt.
I think needs to burn.
It's a nest.
Anyway, right, like he says, he says you're free to wander around the town, but just for the moment, immediately he goes, go get some rest, go back to your inn, yeah, get some rest. He goes, you guys are not under suspicion because he's listened to what you've had to say and your story, but he goes, I'd rather that nobody leaves town at the moment, please.
That's fine.
He doesn't ask for your weapons or equipment, anything like that. He doesn't want to confiscate anything.
Can we still come down?
I'll give him my long sword and summon another one.
He doesn't want any of that. He just wants you to stay in town for the moment while they're like going through all this nonsense. But he goes, let me take care of it. All right.
Yeah. If you need us, if you need any help, just come to us.
Yeah.
We'll
Absolutely, no problem. He looks fairly exasperated with it all. It's not rubbing his head on that, but he thanks you and says, "All right, okay, please leave it to us. If you want to head back to the inn, please."
Do that then.
All right. All right, okay. I'm gonna remove everyone from here.
And go to Red Larch.
We could be getting rid of people off of this.
I think it's a perfect time for Con to do his plan now. Walk around the town as an evil person. That'd be great.
Dumping my soiled and bloodied clothes.
You return to the swinging sword. Like pretty tired, fucking tired. Everyone's had a rough night. You just want to fucking get in and get some kip. Basically, you're absolutely knackered. As you return to the inn and enter and like go up to your rooms, you approach your doors to your rooms. They're open and ajar.
Oh, of course they are.
Everyone's room. Stu's, your room, everyone's rooms. The doors are open and they're ajar.
I walk in.
Okay, Stu, you push your door open and walk in. At first glance, mate, everything looks normal as you left it.
I'm going to check for traps on mine.
I'm going to...
What, on the doorway?
The whole... I'm just going to... Yeah, the whole thing, the whole room. I'll check the doorway, then I'm going to check the whole room.
All right, okay.
I want to...
I'll check if someone hasn't shat in my bed.
No one's showing your bed. All right, okay. Rhapsody, you go into your room. nothing as far as you can see. You're looking at it. Nothing's been disturbed. Nothing's been taken. You have a quick check of like anything you left in there, personal belongings. Everything's there. It doesn't look like anything's been disturbed. It's just odd that the doors were unlocked. They were actually open and ajar, basically, every single one.
Unlocked or broken open?
Unlocked, Stu. There's looking at the door. You have a think of that, and you go to the door and look. It has not been forced. It has not been forced.
We need to speak to the innkeeper, don't we?
Hang on, let's have a look at
What
Where's my
Angel?
party sheet?
What was I going to do? Something else we was going to do today?
That was a bad joke.
Oh.
You weren't going to play, were you? And then we wouldn't have ruined the adventure.
Everyone's got all bits and pieces from that place, haven't they?
Thomas and Silver. There's you've been going round. I know, Dave, you were paying particular attention to yours, but both of you might be a bit more sensitive than the others. There's like an odd smell. There's just an odd smell in the room. But very faint. But there's definitely an odd smell in your rooms.
I tell everyone to get out. There's a strange smell. Everyone get out.
I just leave.
Yeah.
All right, so you basically you'll gather downstairs, basically.
Yeah.
We get the lady innkeeper, wake her up.
Right, okay. Her rooms are on the ground floor. You bang on the door. She's obviously like been asleep. A little while. Kaylessa, she pulls the door open. She's like blinking, or obviously tired. I was like, what time is it? What's the time?
Don't worry about that. You've got extra keys to our rooms.
Extra keys?
Yeah, the spare key. You must have a spare key to the rooms.
Yeah, of course.
So where are they? Because all our rooms have been opened.
Oh, she rubs her eyes. She looks a little strange and out of it. Maybe it's just like she's tired of being asleep. She goes, that would have been the charming little man. Inspector, he wanted to inspect your rooms. Something to do with he was inspector, but very charming, lovely little chap. So I took him around and showed him your rooms.
Where is he?
She's quite open about it.
Where is he?
I don't know.
Why would you do that?
What was his name?
She looks at you, Chris, and she goes, "Well, I don't know. He was ever so nice, but very charming."
Okay, Div, I'm going to go.
She looks as you're looking at her now. She looks pretty confused, so she doesn't look like she's all there.
Sure. Okay, I'm going to ritually cast. I'm going to take 10 minutes to ritually cast detect magic and go into everyone's room.
All right, okay. You go into the main chamber. Like Kaylessa, like is beginning to wake up a bit more, but she comes into the main chamber with you. She's going. Is there a problem? Was there something wrong with your rooms?
No, the doors are open. That's what's wrong with them.
Yes, I've told you. The inspect. Her voice trails off. She's trying as if she's trying to remember something.
Inspector.
She's like she goes. Someone came in. A little man said, very odd to begin with.
Yeah, we don't know no little man. You've never seen us with a little man, have you?
No, but she looks really confused, as if she doesn't know, where she is or what she's doing.
Okay, like I said, I'm going to go in each of everyone's rooms, and I'm just going to have detect magic up, Div. Just quickly check around, just in case there's any sort of magical auras or any sort of traps or devices.
Are you looking for everyone's hoard of magic items?
No, just in the room, just going in there, basically.
Okay. You do that fairly quick. It doesn't take you long, Chris. No, there's no residual magic in there.
I asked her when the inspector came.
There was very odd timing. Come to think of it, it wasn't that long ago.
And did he come on his own?
She sits there. She sits there. And says, "Why would he turn up in the middle of the night? This doesn't make sense." She seems to. She's getting more and more compos mentis, and she seems to be getting a bit more and more angry. And she's like, little bastard! What has he done to me? What did he do to me?
Did he make magic noises and move his hands around and he was talking?
His hand. She goes, "That's another thing. I couldn't really see a lot of him. I didn't get to see his face. He was hooded. But I remember his hands. They were." She goes, "They weren't human."
Okay,
definitely a hotel inspector.
That's that solved. So sort of my height then, yeah, Kalesa?
Bigger.
Hang on.
A bit bigger.
Was it this game we had the little gnome thing that ran off?
No, well, yeah, that was was it a kobold or something? The one that had the red eyes and
yeah.
It was a goblin. That was a goblin.
Yeah. There you go. That was him.
What colour was his hands? You said they weren't human hands.
Greenish. I didn't get a good glimpse. I just caught a glimpse of them. I don't really, and then I don't remember. She goes, "I'm really sorry. I don't remember."
Div, can I also go into the room and investigate my room and see if I can pick up this bad smell?
Make a wisdom perception check.
In the
just chuck it in the box.
Wisdom perception.
I hope this place has got insurance. I lost about 100 gold.
So we've all been robbed, have we? Taken all our gold.
All my family jewels have gone.
Right, where is it? Where's perception, guys? On your sheet, your main page.
Under skills.
Skills, yeah.
Skills tab.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Nah, you're just right. You don't detect anything odd, but like Silver and Thomas, you both thought it was like maybe a musky or an animal smell, perhaps something,
Yeah,
something like that.
But nothing in my room. No, I don't pick up anything.
No, not maybe your nose is, but you got a cold.
I've got a cold today, have I? Fair enough.
I was going to say, did it remind us of anything? But you just said, yeah.
No.
Okay.
No, it's like a musky animal type smell to it. It's the best that you can describe it as.
We checked all the cupboards. There's nothing in cupboards or under beds or anything like that.
Nothing has been taken. Nothing has been disturbed. Absolutely nothing.
Anything added?
No, nothing. You have a good look. You have a good look through.
Windows all locked. There's no.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alarms or traps on the windows or.
No, you're all going over. Absolutely nothing has been. Nothing's been messed with. As far as I can see, nothing's been messed with. Kaylessa is now beginning to get really apologetic. to you. She's like, as she's coming round, she seems to be beforehand. It's like she wasn't all there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But she's becoming more and more like conscious and awake, and she's getting more and more like agitated, and she's beginning to like apologise to you all, for what's happened. She's like blaming herself for it.
That's fine, Calissa. I'm sure we'll all be fine after a drink. I usher her into the bar.
and I want to change rooms. I don't feel comfortable going in the same room.
Yeah. We sort all that out after a drink.
Right. Anyway, you'll head into the bar. She'll pause everyone, whatever they want. Basically, it's still so early in the morning. So,
I still want to go and have a look around in Cons and Silver's room and have a good look around there as well, and see if I can understand what sort of beast it was.
no, there's to you, Chris. There's no smell, mate. You can't smell anything.
Okay, I'll join the rest.
All right.
Yeah.
You don't know what they're going on about as far as you can tell.
Understood, mate.
There's no neither are there. There's no tracks, anything like that in there either.
Understood.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll join the rest.
All right. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I know. I don't know who has got the heavy breathing. Right. Okay. So she basically pours everyone a stiff drink. By this time, what do you want to do? You're asking for new rooms because like the inn's pretty full. There are other people in there, sort of thing. So you lot have got most of the rooms. She'll have to kick people out, basically.
I'm fine with my room.
Yeah. Well, your room's sort of like your home, Stu, isn't
Yeah,
it? So
I'm
you
not
sort
moving.
of, yeah, you live there. There isn't actually a lot of there's no really room to move to unless she kicks out other guests, basically.
Well, I'm not staying in that room by myself, so I'll join. I'll join.
My
You
door
and
is
Thomas,
open.
You and
Angel.
Thomas.
I will stay with you still.
I'll go.
Yeah.
I'm
Be
gonna
careful
join
what you
Angel.
pick this for.
I'm not staying in my room.
You're
I'm
not staying
with
I'll go in with Angel or Cara.
Well, if you lot want to sort that out between yourselves, if people aren't comfortable, like Stu's got his own little room, it's a very nice one as well. But the rest of you, if you aren't comfortable, you can bunk up, sort of thing. Share.
Yeah, I'll take me pillar to Silver's and Angel's room.
Yeah.
I can keep on the floor. I'm all right with that.
I do that. I do that too.
Thomas sleeps on the floor under their beds.
No, he's got his pillar as well.
Excellent. Right. Well, after that, you're all pretty knackered. You do need to take a rest, gentlemen.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Right.
I stay in the bar for a little bit longer, and then I go to bed.
Yeah, everyone goes for a kip.
All
right. Okay.
Play for a minute.
We'll take a break there. We have a tea break, gents. All right. Ian.
Yes.
I'm gonna have you join now, mate. Basically.
Whoa.
Now I haven't gone into a massive background story for you yet, but basically, you again, you're going to be local. You know the area quite well. You know Red Larch fairly well.
Is he Grund?
No, it looks like Grund.
Is he Grund?
Now, Ian and Stu, I'm going to have you two with like a bit of history. Because
Right.
Ian, you're very law-abiding, aren't you, Ian? And you believe in fairness and all the rest of it, yeah?
Yes.
Now, you've been you know Soylent or wherever he is. You always thought he was a bit of a prick. He always taking the piss out of people, trying to play tricks and practical jokes when he was younger, when you were both younger. And you basically thought he was a bit of an arse. Stu, you think that he's like he was just like a stick in the mud and far too serious. Took everything too seriously, and he was a bit of a grass as well, Stu, all that sort of thing,
Right. Okay.
But Ian, you've been away
Right.
for a couple of years, doing like military service. You wanted to, but basically you're well known in the area because when you were younger, because of your size and strength, what you did, there was an accident involving a wagon and some local farmers' children. And you basically you lifted the wagon long enough for them to be rescued to avoid them being crushed to death.
Right.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So you're well known in the area for that, and for your general good deeds. You're very helpful. You go around doing like hard labour for the farming families, stuff like that. You always helped out whenever you could. So you got really good reputation in the area. Local kids and local people, including Stu, call you Haystacks due to your habit of, in the summer, that's where you used to sleep because you couldn't have any beds that fit you. So you just used to head out into the fields and sleep in the haystacks, mate. So that's your nickname.
Not long reach. All right, I'll change that to Haystack.
You've got your tribal name, which is Long Reach, yeah. But
Okay.
all the locals around here call you Haystacks, which you don't particularly like.
So that means that's why I'm going to call him all the time.
That's what. Yeah. All right. But you've been away for a couple of years, Ian. You wanted to do more, something good with your life, and that's so you headed south to Waterdeep, where you've been doing like military service for a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
Now you've headed back into the local area, and you've heard quite unbelievable lies, basically, and just very strange tales of Rev and Stu being part of a group of local heroes. You can't believe it. You're like, surely this cannot be right. This just doesn't make sense at all. And you're quite offended at it all, Ian. You thought, I'm the fucking, that's meant to be me. So you've come like rushing back, like not happy with it all. So that's basically the sort. You've been away, done military service. You've come back hearing these fantastical tales of doing do, etc. And we'll have you if you want. You don't have to stay in the inn, mate. You can stay at the inn, but there's no room for you, so you'll be out in the stables.
In the haystacks.
Yeah.
In the haystacks, yes. Right.
If that's okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Right. I'll come in for breakfast.
Right. Okay. Yeah. The rest. Well, is everyone back?
I am.
Yeah.
It's got this con as well. Okay. You awake the next morning. Those of you who kept to your own rooms, all stretch out in your beds. Oh, lovely night's kip. The guys that are bunking up a little more uncomfortable, a little less space, but excuse me. Everyone gets a good kip. Nothing bad happens overnight, and you all awake the next day refreshed. Let's just do the. Is it rest?
I'm going to roll for my magic missile, wonder magic missiles.
Yep. Oh, you bastard. Right, so I've got to take off 5 charges, yeah? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No, you got to make you got to make it 6. You got to make it 5 charges. So because at the moment it's 2, 4, 6. Because I rolled maximum last time, so it's on 7.
Yeah.
So it needs to go. Or are we just going to do that? It's easier to do that, isn't it? So that I've got 5 left. You see what I mean?
Hang on. How many charges did it have in the first place?
It had 7, and I used 6 of them. So now so now it goes down to 5 charges, because so like little circles need to be reduced by 2, and then I untick everything.
No. Wands can hold a maximum number of charges. Right, this holds a maximum of 7.
Correct.
Its total number doesn't change to maximum. It's now got a maximum of 5 or whatever. So it's
Okay.
Yeah, so it's got It's got 7 charges, and you regained how many? It's D6 plus 1, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, you regain. Oh, right. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. So I regained 5 of them. So yeah. So I've only used 1.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Sorry, I missed.
Right.
I thought it just regenerated. I thought it just every morning it changed the slots.
No. I'm not changing the bloody slots. It's got a maximum number of charges, 7. You used 6. You got 5 back, so you've only used up 1 charge at the moment.
Okay, brilliant. No, that's fine. That's fine.
Cool. The rest of you, you're coming downstairs. You're having breakfast. Kaylessa's looking a bit sheepish. Can't really. Finds it difficult to look you all in the eye after her. She's obviously very embarrassed about what happened last night. She's still very apologetic, even though you're getting free fucking lodging. It's like, otherwise you'll be out in the haystacks and stables with Ian. But still, you can't believe it. You come downstairs, you're sitting there eating your breakfast when the door opens. And like the light through the doorway is blocked out by a huge figure, and you see you got blue skin, haven't you, Ian?
Yes.
Yeah,
Blue skin.
You see this weird blue streak coming through the door. You recognise him immediately, Stu. Right? It's Haystacks.
Haystacks.
It's Haystacks, your old mate. The old snitch.
Haystacks, is that you?
No.
Come here. Let me buy you a pint.
Let me give you a hug.
Little man. Okay, little man. I will let you buy me a drink.
Everyone, this is my friend from a long time ago. We were little kids. Well, I say little kids. He's fucking huge when we were little. This is Haystacks.
Goliath's like Great Danes, Ian, and the bigger you are, you don't live very long.
Sorry?
Like Great Danes.
He's 16 and he's all bearded and grey.
Yeah, I know it's only 16, but like, what's a Goliath's average lifespan? Are they until they're like 22 or something?
I can't remember. No.
22.
I can't remember.
Basically, will you survive through breakfast before you die of old age? He's rolled a new character that lasts a week.
Because he's got his age wrong.
They usually go into old age because they fight too much.
All right, okay.
So,
now, Ian, did you adjust your gold, by the way?
yes, I have. Yes, I didn't actually spend a lot, so I've still got most of it left.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I've done it.
I was thinking of being a complete bastard, and as part of your background, I was going to have you start penniless and beaten, and being entering town on the back of a car, all smashed up. But I thought, no, that's not very nice, is it? Right. Okay. Anyway, so everyone meet Ian.
Yes.
Ian, meet everybody.
I introduced myself as Longreach.
Right.
I'm Longreach. I am not Haystacks.
Right, Kalissa goes, Haystacks, how are you? long time no see.
I'll growl a little bit at her.
Right, gentlemen, what I basically want to know is Harbuck obviously is going to be investigating stuff, but I want your input on what you want him to do, who you want him to go and grab, to go and question, to look for, that sort of thing. So although it will be Harbuck and the constables are going to be taking care of business, as it were, Harbuck wants I want your input into it and how it's going to proceed. especially the early stages right now. Basically, this is the
Right.
morning after everything's kicked off.
Soylent. I report Soylent. It's got to be him. He's got to be the troublemaker.
I'm not allowed that anymore.
He
He's
always.
going to have to arrest everybody that we know is involved, and then get their accounts of what's going on. So the wagon owner, the quarry owner, and Grund.
Right, so you want him to go get Alberi, Maliko, who owns the quarry, the northern quarry. You also want him to go grab and question Welver, the guy who owns the yard, the wagon yard.
The people that own the halfway house as well.
The flop house, yeah.
The flop house, yep.
Yep.
And also Grund to find out who because from what we asked him, and he said the people in the white coats, but the people in the white coats were people that were down in that place. So
and they were the ones from the FOP house. People, we want the FOP house.
Yeah, the FOP house. Yeah.
The FOP house. So it's a house full of stewards.
yeah, there's a difference between FOP and flop.
Yeah.
No, the FOP house. Got it right. Anyone who looks remotely like Soylent.
And when the boy is fit to speak, we need to find out who.
I'm with that one.
Fixed him down.
Well, Halbrook says to you with the boy, he's been like he's been looked after, he's been fed, he's like he hasn't got any. He wasn't wounded. He wasn't. Well, he was mistreated. Obviously, he had rocks put on him. But
he was also blown up a little bit.
And he was also blown up. He's gone deaf. Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Halbrook says to you, he doesn't really hear very well. But I think we have to shout at him for him to understand. But he goes, if you've got no problem, I was going to take the boy back to his parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that okay?
Yeah,
right, okay. I'll take the boy back to his family, who's like their farming family, out in the outlying fields. Okay, we'll do that.
Although he could have been trafficked, couldn't he?
Is there anything else that you want to tell him, or any other directions you want to point him in, as it were?
I can't
straight off.
No, I take it he's going to secure the place so no one can go in and out.
Yep. He tells you that they've the bodies have been removed. So
what about any of the mine workers, the quarry workers? Do we think any like the foreman or someone like that? Do we think anyone like that? Because a foreman of the quarry would be probably no more than Albert would.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Okay. So, right, in order of importance, who's he going after?
Right, the wagon person first and foremost. I reckon him first and foremost.
Yep. Okay.
Grund. Because I don't think he's well, he obviously is involved, but he's been used as muscle, much like Haystacks here.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. How do you suggest me and the constables handle Grund? And by that, aggressively, violently.
No.
Soft touch. How do you want him to handle Grund?
I'm quite trained in negotiating with people. I'm quite happy to. We take him into a room and I can have a chat with him.
Oh, but at the moment they've got to
I can give you a hand with that.
Go and get him. But
I think Alberi should be the first on the list, or the old woman of the quarry.
All right.
That's what I think anyway. I don't know if anyone agrees with that.
No. The reason I think wagon guy, is because
it was in his property.
That was in his property, and they weren't trying to. Exactly, they weren't trying to scare him out of not using it over night time, were they?
Yeah, I agree with that.
The quarry, they were scaring people away so they could use it. So I reckon it's probably some way of getting things into the wagon place or out of the wagon place without it being noticed.
And what's the flop house? Is that Mother Yolanthas?
That's Mother Yolanthas. You've already been you've already scared the shit out of her, haven't you? Like the other day, everyone went round to question her, which
I'll leave you alone.
It was a very, 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 very busy place. There's loads of people like in and out. Like she'll probably be hard tracked to keep track of absolutely everyone in there. It's a fairly rowdy place anyway. It's like
I think softly with Grund, because I think
right.
he was just duped into doing something that he wasn't aware of.
Right.
Yeah, I think the wagon people first, Grund, Owlbear, Quarry, and the flop house.
Right. Okay. Fine. All right. Okay. No problem. We'll be taking care of that. But like I said, he appreciates your input. He goes, if you think of anything else, let me know. And he's also I'll be letting you know what's going on as our investigations progress. He goes, I'm going to be treating this as I'm going to be treating this as murder, basically, because of those three strangers' corpses that you found in there with fucking signs carved into their heads. He goes, it's going to be treated as a murder investigation on top of everything else.
Murder of us as well.
Oh, you're used to that, aren't you?
They wanted to come down and try and kill us.
And we tell him about. We also tell him about the possible goblin person who broke into our rooms.
Tell him about what? Possible what?
The possible goblin that has charmed the bar lady, and broke into our rooms.
What's happened? A goblin has charmed the bar lady and broken into your rooms.
Yeah. Cast a spell on, what's her name?
Kaylessa. He looks over at Kaylessa. He goes, Kaylessa? He raises an eyebrow. She sort of looks at him and she sort of like shrugs at him. He like rubs his head. Like, it's like, oh no. All right. Okay, I'll have a word with Kaylessa later on.
I was going to say that's bottom of the pile for the moment.
Probably need to tell your constables to keep an eye open for that goblin that was wanted. He might be around in the town somewhere.
Yeah.
All right, okay. All right, fair enough.
Can we go back down there? Are we allowed to go back down there?
I'd rather you didn't, but for what reason?
I just want to check that there was barrels at the bottom of the ladder underneath the wagon place. I just want to see what was in the barrels. We didn't get a chance to check, did we?
No.
We should have.
No, he goes, we can take a look. We can take a look through that as well. All right, okay, so fine. He takes into account what you've asked him to look at, and the people that you reckon should be questioned, etc. He wishes you a good day, and off he goes, basically. Leaving you lot sitting there a little bit bemused.
Thinking of where that other sort of tunnel, the tunnel that we didn't go down, that I picked that thing up.
Yeah.
From. Looking at the Red Larch map, roughly where do you think that would be? Would that be sort of towards the other quarry? Or
hang
I'm thinking
on.
it might be sort of near.
No, it would.
Would it be sort of maybe near the fine poultry or something like that, or a bit further away?
No, it'll probably be outside. Oh, hang on. Yeah.
Okay. It's not a bad thing. Yeah, it could be by that quarry.
Actually, you reckon it'll be one of the houses or cottages. You see the Keldall path as it comes in from the west towards the centre crossroads. But basically, if you look southwest from the inn, those set of houses on the road, it'll probably be coming out somewhere in the trees around there, around the back there.
In which case, I want to have a look around there.
If it was, if there was an entrance. The thing is, Dave, when you looked at it, it wasn't. There was no collapse as far as you could see. It wasn't like a collapsed passage or anything like that, which you think might have led somewhere. It was a dead end as far as you were concerned, right?
Yeah. Okay.
But if you're thinking along those lines, then maybe that will be that'll be where it is. Basically.
No, the hole went down. It didn't go up. If the hole went up, then it would appear up there.
Yeah.
Is that you're talking about that crack? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got a new little trick in my bag, which is fine familiar, which I could send down there. If we go
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what that was. I'm really quite pissed off that Brad isn't here today. Because basically Brad would have been picking up those rock cigars
and licking them,
and what they actually were like really ancient pieces of solidified, calcified shit. It was like an ancient, like latrine type area, basically.
An ancient poo joke, just to trap Brad.
I was hoping Brad was
stone-licking dwarf
to lick the turds. The only one I could get was Silver picking them up and rubbing her fingers on them. That was about it.
Yeah.
Not so much
could
fun.
have sent a spider down there. That would have been quite fun.
Harbuck would rather you did not go back in there. He doesn't expressively like forbid you from doing that because he knows it's a waste of time in trying to ban you from doing something because you're going to fucking go and do it anyway. But you get the impression that he'd rather you didn't. Not while stuff's going on at the moment. Yeah, from your conversations with him, and especially his original reaction to you last night, he didn't have a clue what's beneath the town. Didn't have a fucking clue. So that's another thing he's going to be like looking into and asking around about. All right, gentlemen, what would you like to do after the night's shenanigans? Is there anything that you want to like help out with, or perhaps you want to go and stick your feet in with?
Just ask a quick question.
Yeah,
did any of these people have like a mark on them? Didn't they? A tattoo to show that they're with this cult? Was there anything on their bodies?
Oh, what? Let's say the bandit, the thugs that came to get you.
Yeah.
No, there wasn't. What did you do with what's his name's Con's got his suit, hasn't he? Like the main man's mask. Yeah. The mask that the thugs had, they were pretty plain. There was no markings on them, although it was like amazing stonework to actually, to actually make them. But the big guy, for lack of a better word of calling him, this other guy that came down, yeah, his mask was a bit more ornate, and also had the symbol on it carved into it. But for actual tattoos or marks on the people themselves, no. There was well, some of these guys, yeah, they're thugs and that. Some of them do have tattoos and that, but they're like of anchors and like sailor tattoos or fucking some naked woman, or
I thought there might be the
usual stuff.
Tattoos on them.
No, there was no like matching markings, Phil, or like runic tattoos or anything like that on them. No.
Okay.
Not at all. Right, you also had found this. You had the dagger, didn't you? That you don't actually, Resur. But that was it. That was literally the only other thing, really. You got out.
We got some coin as well, I think. And some...
Yeah. Oh, actually, yeah. Should we do that now? Shall we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moonstones, 2 moonstones and 6. Is it green?
Right. So yeah. So we had 2 polished moonstones. They're worth 50 gold each, and 6 small agates. They're worth 5 gold each. Now, you could just go and sell those to what's his face? Valivo. He takes care of it. He'll buy those and bits and pieces like that off you. He's like, it gives you full. It just gives you full price for them. we don't need to do all that nonsense.
Cool.
Right, so let's sort that out. So there we go. And then what I'm going to do, Ian, unfortunately, I'm not sharing. You're not on this. You're not in this first share. Let me just double check. So
Yeah, no
1, 2,
problem.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. All right. So you won't be involved in this first share, mate.
All right.
Well,
Okay.
should we split all that between us now and then restart the funds so that?
Well, hang on,
yeah,
I'm about to do it. Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
alright.
There we go.
Woo-hoo.
Ah.
Excellent.
There we go.
Oh, he's getting a gold.
And now let me add Ian to the party roster. Where are you, Mr. Hardy? How do I bloody do that? Actually, drag you.
I don't think Jesus should get anything because he didn't eat your shit that you put down for him.
That I put down for him, like pet food.
That litter spray fucking destroyed.
Ian, why have you used one of your hit dice?
What?
I don't know. It's got you as using up one of your hit dice.
It has, hasn't it? I must have clicked it by accident.
Yeah, never mind.
Moving it around and stuff. Okay.
Let me just change that for you. I'll take
Yeah. It was free earlier, so I must have just pressed
Yeah,
it somewhere.
all right, no worries. There we go. That's that taken care of.
Cool.
You're also noticing that you've started at the beginning of third level, so the others do have a head start on you experience-wise, all right? Okay?
Yeah, yeah.
I just, before you think anything's being unfair or anything like that.
Hey, I'm looking forward to all my experience today, even though I've sat in the background.
Yeah. Right, also, the other thing I need to know is where does Ian fit in marching order and also in like the watch order as well? Because at the moment, watch order, we've got Thomas and Soylent do the first, Rhapsody does the second on her own, Blade and Jesus do the third, and Silver and Cara do the last. So
Well, he might as well join with me, mightn't he?
yeah,
Yeah.
you all right with that, Phil? Having this big male brute?
He looks
Yeah.
he looks a lot more trustworthy than Soylent.
Well, I think he's blue, mate. That's a bit weird. Right, Ian.
Yes.
If you on the party sheet, can you see marching order? There's if you open the party sheet, there'll be a tab down the side. I think one of them that you lot can see is order.
Order,
Yeah.
Order, yeah.
And that shows watch order, which I've put you with Rhapsody with Phil. You're doing second watch if you ever need to do it.
That's
if you're
fine, yeah.
out camping, where would you like to go in the marching order terms of things?
Right, okay. Hang on, let me. Oh, I'll go just in between Cara and Jesus, the one step low behind them. So actually just in front of Rhapsody, if that's all right. No, actually just in front of Rhapsody is good.
What, there?
Yeah.
Like that, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Nice place for a 10-foot fireball or whatever, isn't it?
Well, is everyone else happy with that? Also, Phil, you're not very happy because you're quite small, and Haystacks is quite large. So your face is just right in his arse, basically, which is not.
Well, why
good.
don't we go into twos?
Move it at the back.
Or yeah,
do that. That's it. What you
something
doing now?
like that.
Yeah, that's fine.
You reckon that's okay? Yeah. And then Keith Blade will still bring up the bat. Yeah. All right, fine, no worries.
And I am a light source. Just so you all know.
What do you use to light? You've got torches. Yeah, you're
I
going to
bought a lantern. I've got a bullseye lantern.
All right, okay, cool.
And I've got torches as well.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. So you've got another one who can't see in the dark, basically. So just so everyone knows.
How do you hold a torch and use a halberd? Has he got a massive halberd on his back?
He has, two-handed. That's going to be I don't think Ian's really thought this through very well.
No, I haven't. Doesn't matter.
You'll have to keep casting light on him.
Yeah, it's going to have to be like use of the old light spell. Is how it's going to have
If you want
work.
to, that is.
Yes.
Yeah, for 1 gold a day.
Haystacks, is something you need some light?
Someone's gonna have to be friendly with you.
I light his pants.
I just. You can like my helmet, that's fine.
Everyone's looking at his pants. They look like quite bulging, but it's like his coin pouch. He seems to be quite rich.
I cast light on it.
And it's for some of you, it's at eye level, yes.
All right, okay, we've got that sorted out. No worries. Right, dudes, what do you want to be doing for the rest of? If you give me an idea what you want to be doing for the rest of the day, if there's anything in particular, like I said, if you want to stick your noses into the investigation and do bits and pieces, that's completely up to you.
If we were going to do that, we want to instigate either like Thomas's thing about trying to draw them out. So I don't know, perhaps just fucking Thomas. Why don't you wear the mask and we just bang drums and walk up and down the high street? And see
I'm good.
Who's got, oh yeah, you've still got all the Stuart's bloodstained clothes on you, haven't you, Con? As well? You're not wearing it, but right.
Yes, in a sack.
There you go, and put me in the middle of the road, Con.
Dress up a guy.
dress up
We'll sit outside your sweet shop.
If I'm going to concentrate. I'm going to spend an hour with a dagger and figure out what.
So during the day, you're going to take us during a short rest or lunchtime, you're going to spend some time with a dagger and all that. Yeah, okay.
How about that shape thing? Should we look at that? Because that sounds quite important.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before you get rid of them, it's as you're poring over those the rhomboids, Chris. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
The octahedron.
Octahedron.
Oh yeah. Sorry for
Octahedron.
Even though it's not here, as you tip them out, you're poring over them like at lunch sort of thing at the table at the inn, and Jesus, his eyes, you see him. He looks over and does like a double take when he sees them, and he comes over. He goes, "Where'd you get those from?"
Oh,
I found them.
Angel found them. I'm just there. Why?
In
Do
a
you know what they
backpack.
are?
Oh, were they? Well, where in the quarry where we were exploring?
Yeah.
Indeed.
All right, he tells you that these are from his home city. They're trade bars.
Okay.
They're worth money in his home city.
How much are they worth?
Not a lot. They're not worth a great deal, but they can be used in place of coin or stuff like that.
Okay.
In my home city.
And where's your home city?
It's called Mirabar. It's a mixed dwarven and human city. It's a huge city, famous city to the north. It's where Brad's from. Jesus is from there. Keith was from there. That was where they were doing their shows, wrestling shows and gladiator shows.
So it's not worth making a trip all the way back there to get them changed up, then, no?
No, you could get them changed with what's his name? Valivo down here. He'll give you money from them, but Brad wants you just keep hold of them for the moment. He's really. He says it's literally unknown for these to be seen outside of Mirabar. He goes, they're used for trade in the city itself. There's no point in carrying them around outside the city. He says the only people the only time they'll be taken out of the city is if there's like a group travelling. There's like an official group travelling from the city, like a diplomatic mission or a military mission, something like that. Otherwise, they wouldn't be found outside of the city. He's really, really curious as to how they got here and why they're here.
Is there any markings on them to suggest if they can be identified?
Right. It's a shame Brad's not here. I'm going to have to go through this with him. Basically, part of Brad's storyline,
Another one.
He's going to meet his brother. He's due to meet his brother here in Red Larch. Now, Brad's brother is he went the other way from Brad. Brad's more military and wrestling and like he's like a jock. Like Brad's the jock of the family. His brother was more scholarly, and he's part of a diplomatic mission, diplomatic party and a mission sent out from Mirabar. They were on their way through the Deseret Valley.
Was his name Moses?
No. No.
So could these be the remains of the diplomatic party that are on the slabs?
Well, those remains look very, very old, Phil.
Right,
The skeletons looked extremely old. But Brad's quite worried, like the only people he can think of in the Deseret Valley that would have had these things would be this group that his brother was a part of.
Okay.
And that's concerned him, basically.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm happy for him to have them if it helps.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right, cool.
But we do that after out of the game, or whatever. But,
yeah. I'm going to be doing a bit more out of the game now. We're going into the main campaign things. I don't want to do like waste loads of time with little background details and bits and pieces like that. For example, Stu's girls and things like that. They're going to be brought into the story a bit more, but a lot of it will be outside of the actual game sessions, seeing we don't have a lot of time for those. I want more of the actual online sessions to be reserved for fighting and actual direct action type things.
I'm happy with exposition stuff being done like in that way. That's fine.
Yeah, cool. All right.
What, over WhatsApp?
Yeah, anything. Yeah, it'd be good to get it. It'd be good to keep a record of it as such. But so maybe I'll try and think of something, but not.
I've got everyone's emails, and I can add notes to these, like I've been adding notes to the diaries and stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, I was going to do something. Oh yeah, Dave, you were doing the dagger, weren't you?
Yeah.
Hang on, mate. Here's your character sheet. Right, this time your risk goes past undisturbed. Right, has that changed for you in your character sheet, Dave?
I'll have a look. Not in the weapons section, no. And
under cursed items.
Are you sure?
I can see
under
Reza.
cursed items.
Let's have a look.
Right, in your inventory slot, you should now see.
It says Reza, yeah.
Right, okay. And in your actions, it should also say. Can you see it? Right, you've got your normal daggers.
Oh, Reza, yes.
Yes.
It says +6.
Yeah, right.
A star crafted +1 dagger. Reza is engraved on the dagger's pommel. If the welder speaks a name, the blade gives off a faint, cold glow, shedding dim light in a 10-foot radius. Until the welder speaks the name again. Dagger doesn't make a noise when it hits or cuts something. Ooh.
There you go.
Stab it into Haystacks so he can see.
He won't hear me doing it either.
No. Is Ian like stacked? So like them bodybuilders. So if they put a post-it on the back of their shoulder, they can't get it because their arms are too big. So stab him there.
Yeah. Okay, so that's a +1. Will that automatically work then?
Yeah, it should. It bloody well should do. Well, they're saying that None of your stats have changed, have they?
No, that's what I was asking.
What's your dex? 4 from dex, 2 from proficiency, so +4. So with it, you should be getting +7 to hit, shouldn't you?
Yes. Yeah.
Hmm.
And shouldn't I be doing more damage, or is it just +1 to hit?
Hang on, let me just quickly. I just want to quickly check something, mate.
Okay.
Oh, there's a Gandhi roll. Look, I've rolled even in a test. I've rolled a natural 1. It's just like fucking useless. Absolutely useless.
Guess we're going to speak to the squirrel again. See what information he's got.
Go and interrogate the squirrel.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
When
It
in
says
doubt.
+7 and then +5 damage. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
All good, Dave. Yeah.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Cool.
I think we need to start looking into who's been going into our bedrooms now, isn't it? I think that's our thing.
Goldilocks, wasn't it?
Yeah. There's no real way. There's no way of tracking, is there, Div? So looking in the morning, looking for like goblin-like tracks.
Tracking on the smell, maybe.
Yeah.
The smell was like by the time you wake up and that
The smell's gone.
I've done that last night. Turned into a Labrador and fucking found
it
it.
was only Thomas and Silver that sort of like were like maybe sensitive to it, but it's gone in the morning. It's gone. I know Cara had a look. Was trying to find tracks around the area, but couldn't find any at all.
We are bounty hunters. It's the sort of thing that me and Tom would be good at doing.
Right. Okay. Dave, and Con, if you want to join in, but Dave's obviously going around and looking for tracks in like,
because they're quite distinctive. They're they're going to be little goblin tracks.
I'm gonna help.
There is absolutely no trace of anything or anyone being in your rooms, just outside your room.
No, I'm on about outside in the street. He obviously came in the front door. Do you get what I'm saying? And these tracks are going to be completely different to my tracks or another human's tracks. They're going to be a lot smaller, aren't they?
There's a lot of tracks outside the inn.
Yeah.
Make a roll, Dave. Just anyone who's looking.
What am I making? An investigation?
No, it's tracking is survival, isn't it? Wisdom survival.
Survival. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I can do that as well. Do you want it in the tower or just in the?
Just chuck it out openly, mate. Right. Okay. You have a good look around. Yeah. You sort of spend some of the afternoon going around the inn and in the street. It's harder out in the actual street. There's a lot of people. There's a lot. You know, it's a fairly busy thoroughfare. But you look around and then, you know, you find, Dave, you find traces of, you reckon you find Ian's tracks, for example, the big tracks going in, you know, but there is no sign of any small humanoid tracks, goblinoid track, anything like that at all.
I finish eating a mouthful of whatever I'm eating in a minute, and then I call out the door. Don't forget he teleported away from us.
Yeah.
Right.
We could find these tracks then, could we?
Right, Dave, you've just spent the last hour going all the way around, looking at all leaves and bushes and everything else. Right? And then you see, you're just walking at the south bit, and like out the window, Stu can see you out the window, sort of thing, and then shouts out his little helpful comment out the window to you. You just look up at him, and then you feel disgusted and stupid with yourself, Dave. But
yes.
Silver,
How far away is he? I'm just wondering if I can throw a dagger at him.
Silver, it might be worth having a look round the wagon place to see if there's anything unusual around there.
Ian, I guess you found out how the languages work, yeah?
Yes.
I'm assuming that's something derogatory to me.
Yes, slightly.
Well, I was going to say
So
no,
what-
Ian, but yeah. Yes, it is. Joe. But Joe, you're sitting. You've just you're eating your lunch and all that, and so it's like you're boasting. You're telling anyone who would listen to you about what's been going on.
No, I'm telling Ian
actually-
to catch him up. I'm telling Haystacks.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Fine.
Yeah. No, it's not
Fine.
boasting. I just relate it mostly about me.
Right, Ian.
From your perspective, Stu, yeah.
The Rev's boasting to you, mate. Again, he hasn't changed a bit. So Ian's just sitting there looking at you. He doesn't seem pleased.
Yeah, I am shaking my head and like, yeah, right. And I just mutter something in Giantish, which doesn't sound particularly nice to you.
I'll take that as a
After
compliment.
looking a bit disgusted, I asked Soylent if he knows how far you can teleport.
I don't. Did he go in a coloured mist?
He just vanished.
I
You don't know whether he
went invisible or
or whatever.
Invisible. I don't think he went invisible because he would still leave tracks.
One second he was there, the other he wasn't.
He would still leave tracks. So we'd still be able to track him. You got two, me and Thomas.
We found his
it's our
camp,
job
didn't
to
we?
track these people.
Yeah.
So I don't think he went invisible.
There's many spells that make you travel distances, and they vary in distance. The higher, more powerful, the further you can go.
Okay.
So we can't leave here.
Div, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go to the edge of town on each of the 5 main pathways, just to the edge, and just see if I can find any goblin tracks.
Right. Okay.
Just while we're doing nothing. If no one else has got anything.
Yeah. That's the sort of thing I want to know. That's going to take you a while to do. So
Yeah.
you'll spend your day trying to find some trace of this.
Yeah, this little twat.
And whoever it is, whoever it was, whatever it may be. Yeah.
If it's right, so for the rest of the day, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go buy myself a new suit and also pick up my boots from the snake lady. But I don't need to. I'm more interested in David's doing his stuff to further the adventure rather than me role playing buying boots.
Yeah, I'm just going to make another healing potion if we're not doing anything for the day, for the rest of the day.
You can do that, Chris. Yeah.
Yep. I'll do that.
Okay, Joe, had you already paid for your shoes or boots?
Yes.
Joe, yeah?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Was there any other? Was anyone else having stuff done? Was Keith having his axe fixed? Or had that already been done?
He'd done his axe. I think Brad was having his beer barrel made, or he was looking into it.
Yeah, I've got details of that as well, so I'll let Brad know about that. So we'll be doing that. All right. Does anyone else want to particularly do anything in particular during the day? Otherwise, Joe, you go and pick up your snakeskin boots and all the rest of it. That's there. That's all fine.
Well, maybe Thomas can do that, Angel. While I'm looking for Goblin Boy.
Boots. All right. Okay. As you're Dave in particular, you're heading out to various parts of town, like the spokes of the wheel. These pathways head out, and there's several instances during the day when you guys are out and about doing your bits and pieces in town. You can hear raised voices. You see Waver being escorted out of his house over to the to the butcher's area, butcher's row, as it were. There's also a bit of an altercation. A couple of the constables up at Alberi Maliko's house, where you can hear her a mile off berating them, and accuse, how dare you accuse me, and all this sort of thing. Dave in particular, as you pass by, she glares daggers at you as you go past like fucking hate, like glaring with hatred at you.
Okay.
The two young constables are trying to calm her down, and no one's accused you. Please, madam, please, if you'd like to accompany us, please. So there's several of these incidents going on. Early in the afternoon, Halbert comes to you guys and say, "Listen, we haven't found Grund. Have you got any ideas where he could be?"
I would imagine he would have gone back to the pickle market, as though nothing had happened.
Well, we took a cursor. We just had a quick look in there. We couldn't see anything. He goes, "All right, okay, all right."
Do you want us to do anything?
Yeah, he goes, "Yeah, if you want to go, you go and take a look. If you want to go take a look for him at the pickle market, I've obviously got some other bits and pieces to do. But yeah, if you can find him and bring him in, that'll be great. Thank you."
All right, Haystacks. We need to go and find Grund.
All right. I'll use some of my local knowledge.
Both Grund and Ian, you got on particularly well with him because you're pretty thick as well, aren't you?
Yes.
You were like the two retards at school.
So where did you both used to hang out then?
Yeah.
That's what I try and remember and try and figure out, and then ask a few people, because other people locally that know me and cooperate with me, using my little folk hero-ish skill, and use that to see if anybody's seen him. Let me know.
You remember that Grund, when he was in trouble with the teachers at school, Ian would head out. There's a little fishing pond, not far from town. And Grund used to like going there. If he was in trouble or feeling upset, he would just go there and fish. He used to enjoy fishing.
That wouldn't be where Dave the Squirrel lives, would it? That pond.
Dave the Squirrel.
No, it's not the watering hole.
Okay.
It's like a little different one. Also, Silver. Anyone who's been out looking for these tracks, Dave, make a check.
Another survivor one?
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to go on the 20 then.
Yeah.
Well, it's difficult in town basically because it's busy and there's a lot going on. It makes things difficult. But you're pretty damn sure, mate, that you don't find any trace of him of tracks at all, mate, from any of these points. Unfortunately. Right. In the meantime, Ian, who's going?
I tell Stu. Yeah, I remember heading out to the pond and blah blah, and let's go see if he's there.
Okay. Right. Anyone else? Who else was?
Yeah, Phil's coming. Phil's going to come along.
Yeah. If there's anyone else that's around with us, is it Thomas, Silver, and Cara that have gone tracking?
I would. Yeah. If those three went tracking, then you lot can go and get Grund. Cara, did you do a bit of tracking as well?
No, I'm doing the potion, and
Oh yeah, doing the potion
all day.
And we don't know what Thomas is doing. He was AFK, whether or not he's back or not.
Right.
If Thomas is with us, we'll take Thomas.
Yeah. It's like half an hour outside, southeast of town. It's like kind of like late afternoon, early evening when you're approaching. Ian, you remember the way there quite well. You head down. It's a very, very peaceful place. You see just like surrounded by little copse of trees with this like lake in the middle. And sure enough, just around from the lake, you can see a figure with a fishing rod just sitting still. You see it stand as you come into view out of the trees to the lake. You see it stand. It's Grund.
Right.
And then he just looks, and then he sort of like just sags and sits back down again, like where he is, and he lets you approach. He kind of looks at you lot, sort of like sheepishly as you approach him. He doesn't say anything.
I wave at him and say, "Look, hello, I'm back. What are you doing?"
He looks up and, hey, Haystacks. It's like you're back.
I am back.
He jumps up. He forgets his troubles for the moment. He jumps up, seems like genuinely pleased to see you.
Yeah.
He comes over and he claps you on the shoulder, so he has to reach up. He's a half orc.
Okay.
But obviously you're huge, and it's like he reaches up and claps you on the shoulder. Where? He asks where you've been.
Yeah, I've just given a little bit of story down, bit of Waterdeep, doing a bit of military service.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what you been up to? How you doing?
Oh, he looks at the others.
I sit down. Well, we don't go close. We'll let the Haystacks talk to him for a minute. So stay about 10, 15 feet or 20 feet away or whatever.
He looks at the others. He goes, "Oh, I think I'm in trouble, Haystacks."
Oh, what you done?
Done some bad things, I think.
Haven't we all? We all do.
But then he says to you, I didn't hurt him.
Who didn't you hurt?
Braylin, the little boy.
Little boy. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
If
That's good.
they say I hurt him, I didn't hurt him.
The boy's all right, Grund.
He looks over at you. He's looking over at Rhapsody. He's threatening to kill him last time, I think. He's a little worried, but he looks very sheep. He keeps looking down. He's obviously he's worried and very ashamed. You get the impression he's very ashamed of you. He doesn't seem as if he's going to run or make a break for it, or he doesn't seem violent at all. He seems very passive.
Okie dokie. Don't worry about it. I'm sure there's a perfectly good reason for not hurting somebody. It's better not hurting somebody than hurting them. So what?
I think the sheriff will not like me.
Sheriff's okay, isn't he?
Yeah, I like him. He's good. He helps me sometimes, but he's not going to like me anymore.
Why? What's happening?
Looks
Come on. We're mates. You can tell me anything.
You've not been there, Haystacks. You've not been there. Other people come in, and I've done some bad things.
What people? What other people? Do I know them?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. What's their names? Maybe these lot know them.
He starts looking. He looks a bit fearful. Looks at his feet, and he looks at you, and he's like, he's got fear in his eyes, and he's like,
"Hey, don't worry, mate. I am here, and I will look after you as well."
I cannot. I cannot say he will hurt Grund. He will hurt me very bad.
I won't let anybody hurt you. We were mates at school. Come on.
You won't have choice. He will hurt me. He hurt you too.
Grund, you know Haystacks. Haystacks is a strong man. He lifted up that wagon off them kids.
Grund is strong. Grund
is strong. Haystacks is stronger.
He hurts Grund. He hurt you.
He won't hurt us. You tell us, Grund.
You remember when they hit me the other time and it didn't hurt? You remember that I just stood there and they just hit me and I'm like laughing?
But he doesn't hit. He speaks. He makes strange noises and it hurts Grund.
Did he have a funny mask on, Grund?
He's very scary. He looks at you and goes, very, very scary.
We've seen that man, Grund. He won't scare you no longer.
No, I don't believe you, Rev.
You got Thomas with you? No.
We did say we'd brought Thomas with us if he was there.
Yeah, well, Thomas would be able to show the
mask,
wouldn't he? I'm sure he would do that if he was here.
Right. So you've lost sight of Thomas, right? Con, are you about? You've lost sight of Thomas a little while. And all of a sudden,
Con is likely to come out of the trees dressed as the
Wearing
man.
it, yeah.
leaps out, the bushes, wearing this
mask and the cape.
Grund screams and falls into the water. Yeah. Well, okay. Yeah. Obviously, that's who he was. Yeah, that's who he was talking of. After you help him out of the water and that, like, Thomas is going, "Oh no, it's only me." It's like, but yeah, that's obviously who he was scared of.
So how did he get you to do stuff for him? How did he find you? How do you know him?
I don't know. He just there. The others tell Grund I have to do what he says and what they say. Otherwise, they hurt Grund. So they hurt me.
So who else was part of this group then? Who else is involved in what's going on in the caves?
He's very reticent again. He starts shaking his head. You see that he might he's thinking about saying something, but the fear of what will happen to him is keeping his mouth shut. Even though he's seen this mask, he keeps looking over at Tom and he keeps looking across it. It's obviously he's scared of the mask.
I'd say to him that if you can talk to us about who's done it, we can get them and stop them from doing anything more. But if you don't talk to us, they'll still be able to come and find you. This is your chance to free yourself of them and be a good guy again. But if you don't take this opportunity now, you'll be forever in their debt, and they'll come and get you when we've all gone.
And we all tell the sheriff not to hurt you. He won't be angry with you if you help us.
Phil.
And we're mates. You know, we'll stick together. I mean, you know, I like you better than this little prick here.
I'll take offence to that.
Yeah, it's not very nice at all. Phil, I want you to make a charisma persuasion check.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ian. What have you got skill wise?
I can do persuasion. I've got no skills.
Make it at advantage because, like, Ian's there and Ian's one of like Grund's mates, sort of thing. So make a charisma persuasion check at advantage, please, mate.
Yeah, I'm assisting.
Throw it wild, or have I got it in the tower?
Just roll it out. That's fine. Just roll it as it is.
Oh my god!
Okay, that wasn't a saving roll. Fucking hell. That's a bit crap, wasn't it?
Right.
He says,
"Shall I have a go?"
No, that was you helping as well. That was you were involved in that. You hear him say, didn't you see Baragustus there too? Now Baragustus, Stu, is an old retired carpenter. He's an old man.
Okay.
He used to be a carpenter. The town's carpenter. He retired a while back. Did
he work in the wagon works by any chance as a carpenter?
Yeah, he helped. Well, both the wagon works because there's a couple of wagon works in town, and he used to help both of them out. He's a nice old geezer, Stu, but he's in his 70s. He's a right doddery old soul now. But yeah, you recognise the name, but he wasn't there, Stu. He wasn't down there last night.
Right. We didn't see him, Grund.
No.
No. Was he down there with you when you were there? Or
Yeah.
is he just there sometimes?
Sometimes he's there. He was there. He gave Grund some of his sandwiches yesterday. You not see him?
No. We think he may have left. See, I knew someone had left the thing. That's how they went out the doorway. The door was open.
Grund's like you. Grund's not bad. You speak to Baragustus. He'll tell you. He'll tell you Grund is good. Grund's good.
Yeah, I'm afraid Baragustus may not have your best interests at heart, Grund. We need to get you back to town.
So, Grund, is there anybody else in the town that you know of, like this guy? Any of his friends, were they down there as well?
He shakes his head, but it's not hard to say he's lying. He just shakes his head at you.
Come on, Grund. You need to let us know. We can then tell Harbuck, and then it won't be so bad for you.
Well, Harbuck put me in the cells in the basement.
I don't think we can do anything about that, Grund. Depends on how long that's going to be.
I want to go fishing.
Yeah, and we can go fishing with you. But you need to tell us all you need to know.
Right, Stu, you have a go at the persuasion check, mate, on your own this time, and it's not at advantage, mate. Just a straight charisma persuasion check. He knows you as well.
Well, better than me.
Oh,
you prick!
I did right. Hold on. I did what you asked. I rolled better than you, and also I didn't roll at advantage either. I didn't have advantage.
All right, Stu, you get the impression he's not going to actually open up to you guys anymore, but perhaps it's better. He'll come into town with you, but he's obviously frightened of his safety. So,
maybe
that's the problem. Basically.
Yeah, we'll be with you, Grund. We'll protect you. Come on.
Maybe
we
he needs
can come
to be
fishing.
He's like, when you say you can protect him, he looks at Ian, who's like massive, and it's like,
we've probably got some story where we fought together against some bully or something and just I'll spill that out or remind him of something shit like that. Not that we're likely to have been bullied at like 8 foot.
Yeah, a half-orc and a Goliath.
Stu used to bully you. He used to he used to cut you down.
Yeah, remember the time when you two chucked me in the toilets after I was playing jokes on you?
Yes.
Well, okay. Reluctantly, he agrees to come back with you, but he doesn't want to be left on his own.
That's right. We'll take you. We'll go with you.
He remains tight-lipped about. He's obviously scared of the mask. But he's also scared from others, but he won't tell you who.
Is the sheriff one of the others that you don't like, or is he you don't like him because he's a goodie?
Well, he put me in the cellar.
Okay.
Gun's been bad.
Okay. What exactly do you mean by being bad? What did you do that was bad?
I stopped the boy going back to his dad, but his dad told me to stop him from leaving.
His dad told him to stop him from leaving.
And you let him go back. I told you he's a trafficker.
Right.
Yeah, his dad bought him. Said needs to be punished. I didn't.
Fucking hell!
Grund didn't want him to be punished.
I start running back.
They make Grund look after the boy.
I start running back to town.
Well, where are you going? You start running.
I'll walk with you. Let's go back and visit Sheriff.
All right. Okay. Ian, you
should have interviewed that boy.
Ian, you're walking back with Grund.
Yeah.
But Stu and whoever, if you want to head back in a bit quicker, it's like.
Yeah, I'll go with Stu.
All right, okay. Right, Stu. I say, like, so you know where he lives, north of town. He's one of the farmers.
Yep.
It's a farming family.
If Silver's, if Angel's with me, I'll make sure I'm not running in on my own. I'll wait for her to
Come on, let's go and Eldritch blast these farmers.
Any chance
some
they bump into
bumpkins that
me?
need Eldritch blasting?
Yeah, yes. I seen you're out and about all around town, Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see Stu and Phil like moving at speed. Fucking like running. It looks like something's up, perhaps.
All right. I'll stop what I'm doing then and join them.
All right. Okay. Fine. All right. Stu, like 5 minutes out of town. You head out to the farmhouse. There's as you approach, you can see there's smoke coming out, like the smoke coming out of the chimney of the farm. It's like a thatched farmhouse sort of thing. It feels nearby, so it looks like there's somebody home.
Right, yeah.
So Solia, what we'll do is we'll say that we need to take him into town, but don't tell him that we're aware of it.
Okay, I'll follow your lead. I'm so angry. I just want to blast him.
Well, we can take that view. Can take that view, but
I'm happy to stab him if you want.
I'm happy to stab him. Right, hang on, dudes.
Taking advantage of his kid. Oh, you obviously filled me in on why you're making haste. So I definitely join you in your anger at.
I'll tell you what, Stu. You run it because you know the boy. Makes more sense, but we probably haven't got any power to take him away. But
well, we have.
I have divine power. Full of righteous anger.
Right, hang on, lads.
I've got manacles with me as well, so we can chain him up. We could just go in and chain him up straight away.
well, he's got questions to answer. That's for sure.
Definitely.
He may not know exactly what's going on down there.
Oh, he knows. If he's put his boy down there, he knows what's going on.
Yeah, but it could be like one of these religious cults. So you don't know what you're.
His father's name is Rothar, basically. Right, so okay, the door's closed, but there's people home. You can see smoke coming out of the chimney.
Oh, I can just knock on the door. Just polite.
I'll go around the back.
Oh, okay. You head round the back. Oh, okay, that's fine. Right, Stu, the mum comes to the door. She opens the door. She looks at you quietly, and then she's like steps aside, and she says, "They're in the kitchen."
I walk in.
She obviously knows why you're here. Basically, she knows why you're here. But sort of like you
I just nod and just walk in.
Yeah, you walk in.
I'm going to keep an eye on her as well.
It's a small place. It's not, you know, it's not richly furnished, nothing like that. The farmers here are hard workers, you know. But you walk through into the kitchen, you see Braylon is sitting there at the table. He's eating. He's got like dinner in front of him, some bread and soup and stuff like that, like some stew. And you can see his father, Rothar, is also sitting at the table with him. Like he's staring at his plate. He's got his dinner there, but he's sort of like just picking at his food. He's not eating. He looks up as you enter, and he just looks back down.
Harbuck has sent us to get Braylon. Just asking him some more questions. Is that okay if I take him back to town?
What sort of questions? He's like gruff and like and unfriendly, but he speaks to you.
The questions to find out what's gone on. Who took him? Who else is involved? And I'm watching him like just.
What do you mean? Who took him?
Well, someone took him.
I took him.
Why was that, Rothar?
No, that Braylon says like just like don't worry, Dad. You didn't do anything wrong. It was my fault. It was my fault. Like, his father holds up his hands like, and he shakes his head, and he goes, Rev, like, I shouldn't have got involved. Shouldn't have done what I did, especially not to my own blood, my own kin. He shakes his head, looks like fucking disappointed, fucking disappointed with himself and that.
I think we need to take a walk, don't we, Rothar?
It's like his boy's going, oh, Dad, it was you don't need to go. You don't need to go speak to the sheriff. It wasn't your fault. It was my fault. And the little boy starts crying. He says to you, Stu, you've got to take me. You've got to take me. It was my fault. And he's crying.
No, that's fine, Braylon. We're just going to speak to your dad, and then your dad will be back.
His dad like stands up slowly. He's not armed or nothing, Stu.
No, I'm not, and I'm not trying to be intimidating or anything like that. And I don't want to do anything. And if Angel or Silver kind of look a little bit thingy, I'm just kind of wave them back a little bit. So it just sort of kind of diffuse the situation and bring it outside.
You look out the window. Silver's there, like keeping an eye on
with a dagger up to the window, tapping on it.
I came in with you, mate. I'm behind you. I do have a dagger in my hand. I'm behind you. I'm just picking one out.
You can see out in the garden. It looks like Rhapsody's out the back, standing just concentrating very hard. She's got her hands raised. She's concentrating very hard on the back door. It's like...
I'm killing the farm animals in the garden.
just casually blasting sheep. He'll just blast.
Right, anyway, Rothar puts his hand on his son's shoulders and goes, No, it wasn't your fault, son. But like, the Reverend's right. I need to go and speak to Harbuck. So he agrees to come with you, Stu.
All right, we escort him out then. Okay. Don't speak on the way back to the town. Just walk in silence.
The only thing I ask is he going to walk sensibly with us, or do we need to manacle him? And I have my manacles in my hand.
Well, no, he doesn't want to be manacled. He doesn't want to be manacled. There's no need for that.
He ain't gonna get far. The three of us will fucking destroy him before he gets 5 feet.
I'll give him the option.
Dave, I'll take this opportunity to talk to the boy in the kitchen about what happened with his mum.
Oh, okay. Oh, and as you leave, like the boy's calling out, like he says, please don't. He's saying, please don't hurt his father, and he's also saying, please don't hurt Grund.
So he knew.
Now let me talk to him and I'll find out what happened.
What, you're going to stay at the farmhouse, Phil?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, fine. All right, okay. The rest of you escort Rothar back into town. By this time, it's like dinner. It's getting on for like dinner time, as I said. Right, and you escort him back.
I feel like one of the famous five.
You escort him back into Butcher's Row, where Harbuck is like, but he's bustling about. He's in the actual house that he lives in. So you take him in there. He looks up, looks a little confused. He nods like Rothar and nods at him, and like the other geezer like nods back. Oh, well. He goes, what's going on? He goes, the others, Rev, surprisingly enough, are they're clamming up at the moment. They're denying everything. They're denying everything, saying, "Where's my evidence?" And to be honest with you, mate, I haven't got any. I haven't got any evidence.
I haven't got any evidence apart from the fact that there's a big hole in the back of someone's yard that leads to a secret underground tomb
He's
full of a cultish clan.
He's playing dumb.
What did he think? He had rats underneath him?
So he's never been in. Never been in there. So he's been closed.
Did you check the barrels?
Yeah. Yes. It was just full of sand and torches, and there was a couple of cloaks. He said a couple of cloaks and bits of hooded cloaks in there. There's nothing else. But what's happened with Rofar here? Shouldn't he be at home with his son? He's looking after his son, who's been through quite a lot.
He brought his son to the location.
Harbert pauses at that and looks across as he goes, Rofar. Rofar begins to he looks very sheepish, and kind of begins to spill the beans. Basically, he tells Harbert. Hang on. All right, sorry. While we're doing this, Phil, you were staying to try and get something out of the boy, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
So I just have a chat with him about how he ended up being in the caves and what happened to him whilst he was there, and who he saw and how he was treated, etc.
Right.
That sort of questions,
between the both groups, one with Harbert and the father, and Phil, you've stayed behind and going against character. You're being nice and kind with this with this boy. But between the two groups, the story is that the boy thinks that nothing until he thinks it's completely normal, and it's just a normal punishment for him being naughty. Now, it turns out that the reason he was there and the reason he was being punished, that he failed to deliver a message from his father. Now, the person the message was for, according to the boy, was Ilmeth Walver, who owns the wagon works. All right, it was a message on a bit of paper. Boy, he said, I don't know, I didn't read the message. I was just meant to take it to Ilmeth, to Mr. Walver, but on the way I met a couple of my mates and I forgot about it. So he just thinks it's a normal punishment. He actually thinks he deserves the punishment.
And who gave him the message?
His father.
There
was a message from his father, to Mr. Walver, as he calls him.
All right, okay.
Other people that he names are Baragustus, the old man, and the boy also knows that the barber is involved.
The barber, Sweeney Todd,
Marlandro Galker. The boy also tells you he's very adamant about it, that you mustn't be nasty to Grund. That Grund isn't one of this group of people, but he just does. He does what they tell him to do, because they basically threaten him.
And I just ask him how long all this has been going on for, that he knows about.
Well, the boy tells you, couple of days. That's all he knows about it, because he didn't deliver this message, and then they took him down. He was held down there for a couple of days. So to the boy, it's been a few days. That's all it's been going on for. That's all he can tell you. And
then the only other question is about his dad, whether he goes off to meetings or anything, big groups, or does he go disappearing every evening or anything like that? Has his behaviour changed or anything?
He doesn't.
No.
he doesn't know. He doesn't know.
Okay, that's fine. I'll head back to town then.
All right, cool. Right, the rest of you basically hearing like similar sort of story. While you're chatting, Ian comes in with Grund, and like when Grund sees Rothar, he stops outside the door at first and like fucking as if he's about to run, but then he calms a bit because like the sheriff's in, you lot are all in there, so he comes in and like Grund, as soon as he walks through the door, said, I haven't said nothing, Rothar. I haven't said nothing. So Phil comes back and he tells you what he knows as well. So you know this Baragustus bloke, the old carpenter, he's involved, and also the barber,
So we need to go and pick them up,
and Mr. Walver from the Wagon Works is definitely involved.
So we've already got Walver, though, haven't we? In custody.
Well, no, he's not in custody. He's over at his house.
Oh, I thought the sheriff picked him up.
He did just question him. He's just denying it. He hasn't got any real evidence. So
Right.
He's still over. He hasn't gone anywhere. But
we need to go get the wagon guy.
And the barber.
First of all, though, we'll get the wagon guy first of all. Because he's got the bloody hole in the ground.
We still haven't got anything for him, though. What? We still don't know what it's all about. So we need to find what is it all about? What were they doing? Start asking Loaf for that.
He's right. He's fairly reticent to say anything, but it seems that there's a group of the maybe more senior citizens, perhaps not in age, but in how they think. They perceive themselves in importance in the community, and they call themselves the Believers. Now, from what you can get out of this bloke is that the Believers have been around for a long time, years. There's been, it's that they don't have the town of Red Larch, as I said, it doesn't have like a council or a set of leaders or a mayor or anything like that in particular. There's no official thing like that. But these Believers, these town elders, as you were, have taken it upon themselves that they're gonna, they're gonna take care of stuff. They're gonna look into stuff. Apparently, they found this abandoned complex under the town years and years ago. Right, and like through like a bit like superstitious folk, with the bodies down there, etc. They started like meeting in secret and just making. He says at first, it's we were just making decisions for for the best, for the betterment of Red Larch, for the best of the town. But we would we would decide what's going to happen. Who's going to get what contracts. Stuff like that. But then he tells you about 3 months ago, like criminal elements got involved. He doesn't know where they came from. He doesn't know who they are or who they represent. But he tells you of this bloke called Larak. Now, Larak, you get the gist of, is this fucker with the mask that caused you so much trouble. Yeah. And when
the one with the
Larak,
cheating spell.
Yeah, when Larak and his followers got involved, Rofar says he was. It sounds stupid, but he would tell us there was power in the stones underneath the town, and the stones, they move. He goes, I don't know how, but these huge stones, they move, they change position. And he goes, Larek told us that there was power in these stones, and that how they moved was messages. He was receiving messages that would then tell us what we should do to make, so Red Larch would prosper. He said, we were getting pretty desperate because, like, recently, obviously, things have been going south. Things are tough. And he said, maybe stupidly, I don't know. He goes, I'm not a religious man, to be honest with you, but times were tough, and we were desperate. So maybe we shouldn't have listened to him. But basically, this bloke was like manipulating the believers by the sounds of things. But you don't know how the stones moved or anything like that. But when the stones moved, the bloke would read the stones, as it were, and then tell these elderly town folk what was going on. There were messages from the gods, basically. But like Rofar says, he's it was all harmless stuff, really. He goes, well, we haven't really done anything wrong, to be honest with you. It's like business stuff. Who to give contracts to? Who to sell this to? Who to buy wagons from? Who to do this with? All just business stuff. Nothing bad.
Where did attacking us come into this?
And the dead bodies?
What
the 3 dead bodies that were down there?
What dead bodies?
3 dead bodies that were down there with the marks on their
One was a
faces.
travelling man.
The travelling man with the book.
One was the travelling man, the man that travels.
Right, with the book.
Travelling.
The man with the book that travels.
He looks at you, and he looks over at Harbuck. Like, I don't know nothing about no bodies.
And why were we attacked?
By who?
Men in the masks.
Yeah, what's with the masks?
They're the baddies from the flop house.
The men in the mask, they've been scaring the town folk and the people at the quarries. That's nothing to do with me.
But the men in the masks were in the were in the whatever that is downstairs. Temple, underground lair, whatever.
She goes, I don't know nothing.
Moving stones?
I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing about that. I don't know nothing about no body. You got Harbour. I don't know nothing about any bodies.
Did you wear a coat?
A what?
The coat.
One of
the white coat.
Well, yeah, we kind of had like a uniform. The believers we would meet.
Did the believers wear masks?
No.
The stone.
No, that's not. That's not us at the quarry. He says that's not us. We would wear like the cloaks and hoods to hide our faces.
Oh bloody hell! So now there's 2 lots. The white people in the cloak and the masks are not the same people.
But he goes, that's no one from that's no one from town. Maybe there's got something to do with Larek.
So what were you expecting to happen to your son in this? What was this? Why would you send him down into the? It
was just to teach him it was to scare him and teach him a lesson.
You put rocks on him and tied him up to scare him.
He goes, I didn't put rocks on him. That was Grund. That's good, but you said I had to. they start fucking trying to blame each other and that. But like Rofar, it was just to scare him and teach him a lesson.
And what was this message you were sending to the wagon man?
Oh, it was simply simply information about. Oh, I can't even remember now. It's simply information about local merchants wanting to buy wagons, and it was for him to get the contract instead of who's the other people, wagon people in there. Oh, where are they? I think it's instead of Thelon.
I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of the lady who owns the mine again. I'm trying to write all this down. But is she part of the Believers? Albert, is she part of the Believers?
Yes.
I fucking knew it. Never liked that woman.
He goes, yeah. But he goes, oh, but we never hurt anyone, mate. You got to believe me.
You've hurt free trade in the village, and that's bad enough.
Free trade. Anyway,
fucking hell.
Right, Hardbutt begins to say, right, okay, obviously we've got
abuse,
Grund, we've got Grund, we've got Rofar here. He goes, I've got something to go on now. We've got some more names.
Larak is the dead man that we killed.
Yeah. He's in the he's in the cold cellar at the moment. He's got a load of corpses in the cold cellar. He goes, I'm still interested to find out more about these free travelers that we're talking.
And Baragusta, if he wasn't mentioned.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
That was from Grund. Said that.
All right. Okay. That's another one.
Shh,
all right. So
don't tell what he said.
It's basically
in front of the bloke.
Oh yeah, no. If there's someone else there, no, I don't say Grund told us. I just say Baragusta was another person of interest.
He's basically got a lot more to go, on now, and obviously he knows he can probably get some more information out of the boy as well. The father seems to be very sorry, but he's obviously involved. He's the father's one of these people. He's given a few more names, so he's got a bit more to go on now.
But I made sure I mentioned. But you said that Grund actually isn't part of it all. He just happened to be there.
Grund
just happened to be lifting rocks onto people's chests.
Yes, as you do. It's a healthy competition for us people.
He was there. He was unwittingly duped into doing it, but he was there.
But he's not a guilty person, is he?
Well, that's for a judge to decide.
We get Grund to Grund to help out in certain things. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's not. He lowers his voice to a whisper. He goes, he's too stupid to be too much. He's useful.
He's my friend.
He's useful.
Punch him, Ian.
He's my friend.
Right, he backs away. Obviously, you're pretty intimidating.
I am glaring at him.
I didn't mean no disrespect, but
I just called him thick.
But he's. As you know, you get the impression that these guys are just Grund's easily led, and sounds like they've been threatening him. He does stuff. He knows he's wrong, but he does it out of fear.
I talk to him and say, look, you stay with the sheriff. Sheriff will help keep you safe as well. So you don't have to worry about being in trouble so much with the sheriff. Isn't that right, Sheriff? Yeah. So you keep him safe. You keep him safe here. It'll be safer keeping him here than letting him out.
Well,
they haven't got a jail though, have they?
He goes, yeah, they do have a jail. It's the cold cellar.
With all the corpses. Yeah, lock that up in there.
We'll look after you, Grund. You go down in the
we take Grund to the inn, and we put the dad in the cold cellar with all the corpses.
Right, yeah. Well, Harbuck will take care of that side of thing. But there's Grund. As long as you're with these people, you're free to go. But I want to talk to you about stuff. if everyone could make what's the skill for knowing if people are lying or
Insight.
not? Insight. Everyone. Right, we're going to do a group for everyone that's there. We're going to do a group insight check, a group wisdom insight check, please. Now,
This
how
is
many
going
of
to
you
be
are
the
there?
first mega foul.
Half of you got to make it. If half or more of you make it,
then everyone succeeds.
then everyone's make it. I'm not having everyone rolling the dice up separately, going, I know this, I know that, and I do this and I do
Right.
that. So if everyone could make. Right,
Oh, just off the natural 20.
I'll figure out how to do it now. Hang on.
Oh my lord.
how many more of you are?
How?
Story collapses.
Yeah. They get away with everything.
We've given him all to Harbuck, and Harbuck is actually the ringleader, and he's
Harbuck's H. He's H.
He's
How's
H.
duty.
He's been sitting every now and again. He goes.
So, guys, how do I roll my skill?
Next to the plus thing, there's a little tiny dice. So look at your skill. Yeah. Look at perception. Insight, and then it will say +0 or +3 or whatever you've got.
One, yeah.
Pick it up with your hand. It turns to a hand. Pick it up and drag it into the box.
Duh.
Then again.
He comes up with a big stamp and he just goes, puts on it, and goes, case closed.
Well done, the first mega foul.
Yeah. Columbo, we are not.
Right, okay, anyway.
None of us rolled over 10.
Harbuck says to you all, if you could, Pete, I don't want Grund leaving town. You keep him. You keep him here.
Yeah.
Stay out of the cells.
We should be rolling on advantage for all the fact finding we did.
All right. He goes, he can stay out of the cells. Although I want him in. I want him in there because he's obviously involved in this. You know,
Stick him in there. I don't care.
Yeah, but he goes, I'm going to.
No. He can stay with me.
All right, but he goes, the cells are going to be pretty full from what you can gather. But he needs to go and find Augustus and the barber as well. But, all right, okay. He thanks you for your sterling work and your help. You now know a lot more of what's going on. Yeah, no, we're all leave. We're all leaving now, Stu. If people have got to go now, we'll leave it there. What I'll do, because we're now going to be playing Dave's game, and I'm going to email people with a bit more of the story and how it unfolds. Yeah.
All right. Lovely.
Yeah. Okay. And then after that, basically, I want you guys just to be getting on with the adventure, the campaign, as it were, and Harbuck will take care of what's going on with all these bits and pieces.
So we've brought it to his attention, and he's going to clean it. He's going to tidy it up for us.
He's going to take care of it, but I'll be sending out an update by email with moving the story on and some bits and pieces like that. All right.
Lovely. Thanks.
Yeah.
Well played, gents, because it wasn't a combat session at all. So I do apologise for that, but good stuff.
No, that's good.
Can I add a healing potion to my?
You can, yes, you can.
Yeah, lovely.
You can, Chris. You've been hard at work, boovering away at work in the background there.
Yeah.
You can reward yourself with a healing potion.
Wonderful.
Okay, and we've got ourselves an NPC in case you haven't got any frontliners.
I don't describe yourself like that, Ian.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, thanks a lot. See you.
See you later.
Cheers.
See you later.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.